buying, but as long as you love me so.
Here's Hopper Heating and Air in Shelby and Shelby Heating and Air have combined their businesses to become Shelby Heating and Air. David Hopper invites you to call on them for all of your heating and air conditioning needs with name brands like Carrier and Goodman, plus complete service and repair. Shelby Heating and Air and Hopper Heating and Air. Now one. Give them a call at 704-487-7877 today. Santa's elves have been working hard, building beautiful brand new furniture for Kurt's Premium Outlet at Eastridge Mall in Gastonia, like kitchen caddies for $109, Grady kitchen islands are $225, CM vanities are $109, coat racks just $21, assorted color mirrors $49.95, and big recliners start at $4.95 at Kurt's Premium Outlet at Eastridge Mall on North New Hope Road in Gastonia. Like them on Facebook too. Annalise Boutique in Cherryville has some great gift ideas for that special someone on your Christmas shopping list. Exciting clothes for ladies, and now children's clothing and gift items for men, plus jewelry, boots, and shoes. And you can get an Annalise gift certificate. Be sure to come in every week. New shipments arrive each and every day at Annalise Boutique, 206 East Main Street, downtown Cherryville. Like them on Facebook. Open Tuesday through Friday, 10 to 5:30 and 10 to 3 on Saturday.
It's time to play at the Green Meadows Golf Course on Kelly Road in Mount Holly. Play and ride Monday through Friday for $25. Weekends just $30. Seniors ride and play Monday through Friday for $20. And every Wednesday is Ladies' Day. Ladies play and ride for just $15. So make your tee time now by calling the Green Meadows Golf Course, 704-827-9264. Green Meadows Golf Course, 957 Kelly Road in Mount Holly.
Get a great deal on versatile Kubota equipment today, like Kubota BX and L Series compact tractors, part of our under 100 horsepower tractor lineup rated #1 for reliability, Z Series mowers, and Sidekick utility vehicles. Stop by your local Kubota dealer today. Bring home the Kubota BX 2380 tractor for 0 down, 0% APR for up to 60 months, now through December 31st. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for more details.
Your Kubota dealer is Parker Farm Service, 126 Bessie Drive in Kings Mountain. Here's hoping these days in December will bring gifts to be opened, carols to sing, lights in the windows, and a tree in the hall, and your happiest, merriest Christmas of all. This wish from everyone at West End Sales in Vale. We bring you tidings of joy and wishes of cheer, as Christmas is the happiest time of the year. Merry Christmas to all from everyone at West End Sales, Highway 18 North in Vale.
The game plays right here.
Are you ready for some football?
Yeah!
Your sports leader, WOHS Shelby, WLON Lincoln, and WCSL Cherryville Gastonia.
Hello, this is Milton Baker inviting you to listen to NASCAR Racing right here on WCSL 1590 AM, 92.3 FM, and KTCBroadcasting.com.
only do things incredible can. Cause I am the seed of a chosen breed. You don't see too many like me. Cause I am one of the reasons you do what you do. When you wanna be me instead of you. Cause I am still on beat, showing love to the streets. Come on, you know me, cause that's who I am.
good morning, and welcome to another Saturday Morning Sports Talk with Kevin, Zach, Terry, and Tom. Always, we have JP here, and our intern is in the building. If I could remember his name, I probably would tell.
Mason, JP.
Yeah.
Mason.
You've been
Learn
sitting in
his
there.
name.
I know.
He's
I've
been
been
sitting in there
here.
talking to
20
you.
minutes.
I know.
JP.
I know.
His name
to
is
you.
Mason.
Where's my
Mason?
Why
okay.
can't I get my camera up in there working?
Merry Christmas.
I don't
y'all.
know.
Merry
Well, I
Christmas.
mean, more of yes, I guess maybe it's a blessing, so people have to see
It's
my
okay,
beautiful face.
JP.
Jiminy Crickets. Like,
Whatever. Just want to remind
Why don't you say hey, Myson?
that Shelby.
Myson. He said, hey, Myson. Myson, say hey.
Shelby Heating and Air is bringing you this Saturday morning sports talk. Thank you to our friends at Shelby Heating and Air, who you might need them. Weather's going to turn cold, Terry. It's finally. I think this Indian summer is going to go away. I mean, you probably needed Shelby Heating and Air to get out there and check your air conditioning last week.
Well, it's like I tell everybody, you can be at home, and if your kids complain, tell them to put on a sweater or something. But if your wife's complaining,
call Shelby Heating and Air.
call Shelby Heating and Air, because you better make her happy.
Zach,
This is why I'm not married yet.
This is why you're.
Because you can't remember anybody's name.
Oh, be quiet, Zach.
I could go-
Zach, just be
I
quiet,
could
okay?
go through the reasons why you're
That's
not
the
married.
reason.
Starting with
You call her the wrong name, you won't be
You
married after
forget
that.
what her name was, JP. I really.
I
had a
don't
good
need
time
your
tonight. What's
dating
your name?
advice. Okay?
Yeah. Hun, woman, come here.
Woman, sweetheart.
He'll have it wrote on his hand.
That's right.
Just remember, in the South, sweetheart or baby. If you forget her name, sweetheart or baby
Yeah.
is a good substitute.
right.
Honey.
Oh, man.
Yeah, just get you a bracelet with her name on it. That way you'll never forget it.
That's right. Make her wear it so you can read it.
Hey, she'll get one with my name. I'll get one with her name. There you go. Matching bracelets. Hey, maybe it'll work.
Tom, you're liable to call you on
Ladies,
JP.
ladies. He's
I would
available.
love to actually find a girl whose initials are J and P.
Our
It'd be
viewership
fantastic.
just went through the roof.
So I'm gonna give Tom credit on that. So he did kind of nail that. So in college, I am terrible with getting people's or learning people's names. Right, my roommate used to drive him crazy. So we'd just be at a party or at a game or at something. I'm just any girl that I talk to or talk just in a group or we're just hey, who are they? And I'm like, I have no idea, and it would just piss him off to no ends. And so. What Tom's saying there, hey, honey, hey, what's up?
Hey,
So,
honey,
hey,
what's
what's
up?
up? How are you?
Yeah.
Just whatever, just come up with something other than, what's your name? Myson?
Let's not bring.
I almost called him David, but I know that wasn't it.
That is
Sweet
so
Jesus.
funny.
Back.
Sweet. Yeah. Oh, God, there's some good ones on me, myself, and Irene. You could pick up JP. Now you need to watch that movie.
Oh, man.
Golly. Well, good morning, everybody. It is the Shelby Heating and Air Saturday morning sports talk. Brought to you, of course, by Shelby Heating and Air. We are having breakfast as well. I'm enjoying a sausage, egg, and cheese
I
biscuit.
believe most of ours is gone.
Myson, did you enjoy your sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit as well?
Hey, of mice and men. Of mice and men. Yeah, of mice and men.
It was good.
He says it was good, so.
Well, we got to keep him coming back, so you got to feed him occasionally. Make sure he comes back.
Hey, I got them up on the board. Here we go. Let's see. I got one
There
that
they
actually
are.
works. Hold on, I'm gonna get them up.
They finally get to see us.
Well, yeah. That's what the world is waiting on.
Yeah. Welcome to another Saturday
So-
Morning Sports Talk.
So good morning, everybody. The voice you've been hearing from the other room this morning is
JP
JP on
and
the
Myson.
left.
Yeah.
That's Myson being there on the right.
Of
Yeah.
mice and mean.
Yeah.
Mason, we do know your name in here, though,
Right.
buddy.
Well, Myson, you're
Y'all are never gonna let me live this down.
JP,
Like when I didn't know
no,
Zach's
You're
name.
going to do it with the next one, too, buddy.
JP,
I know it's gonna happen again. I never
JP,
said it
there's,
wasn't.
There's video of you giving gang signs on YouTube. That's all I
Really,
need
you're
to
gonna
know.
bring that up again as well?
JP, do you know this is how come you still have a job because of this right here?
Yes, I know that's why I still have a job here.
You have a job
JP
because
Burton.
I'm the
Calvin
butt of
feels
jokes
sorry
at
for
this
you. That's why
this
you
radio
have a job.
station.
You have a job because Calvin told me I feel sorry for JP. I'm going to give him a job. That's
Oh,
why.
good Lord.
He'd never know his wife's name.
This is my wife. What's her name?
JP.
Honey?
It would be real nice if you met a girl with the initials JP.
Yeah.
I actually
that would
did well.
be
Yeah,
great.
actually, I'd love for her to have JL. and then when we got married, it'd be JLP, just like mine.
That'd be awesome.
Granted.
So for everyone watching and listening, I'm so sorry.
Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah, I am so sorry. All right, so thank
Oh,
you,
y'all brought it
JP.
up.
He's in the Christmas spirit is all he is. Did you bring any jingle bells or anything, JP?
He had a hat on a minute ago.
Did he have his hat on?
Yeah, there it is.
He has a camouflage.
Camouflage.
So JP, who's never hunted anything in his life, owns a camouflage Santa hat.
He does hunt. He's hunting a wife.
Terry,
This is our.
Terry, you need to get him some type of West Lincoln sticker or something attached to that joker right there.
I can.
So he can run around with. Look like at least fit in.
Put this on TV. It could be broadcastersonly.com.
There's somewhere somebody watching this right now looking at JP. JP, good morning. Merry Christmas to you and Myson. So I hope you guys enjoyed your breakfast. Tom and Zach and Terry, what did you guys eat?
I had a bacon, egg, and cheese on toast. Thank you, Terry. I actually brought Terry a Christmas present because he gets my breakfast every morning. I figured you'd like that, Terry.
Hey,
I figured that would add to your collection right there.
well, this right here,
I'm supposed
like,
to-
goes
I'm
way
sure-
back. I did watch this live.
I'm sure
so
you.
that's a
I'm,
good
sure, I'm sure you have one of those. I know you have one of those somewhere, but I figured you might want one for work, Terry.
That's
One
it.
for the office.
That is it.
Well, we are here to talk sports a little bit. A little bit. We've got NBA, NFL, college football, bowls to talk about.
Coastal
Major League
Big week.
Baseball. A little bit of this, a little bit of that.
controversy at the end.
High scoring game.
In what? Coastal
Coastal
Carolina?
Yeah, Northern Illinois, really controversy at the end.
Did Coastal hang on? I was.
Yeah, they did, but there was a play, and all of a sudden the game's over, and there was still time, but we don't go back and review nothing. I thought we always did at the end of a game, but I don't know whether the guy was inbounds, out of bounds. He called it. Did he not catch it? No ref made any signals, and next thing you know, the game's over.
Well, what did Vegas have on it?
Huh?
Good question.
That's a good
That's
question.
always
It was
three-
6
is it-
points.
anytime
It was
there's
6
something
points.
I thought it was 45-40.
47-41, I think, was the final.
Anytime there's shenanigans, I always ask what did Vegas have on that? Oh, well. Anyway, other big news, Terry. We've started I'm coaching basketball now with the kids, and
That's
had our
always
draft,
a good thing.
Had our draft this week, and we didn't have we had like I guess not in tryouts, but I guess it was, but I never got a list of names. And then we go to pick names, and there's no kids there or anybody. And so I'm just looking at a list of names. I don't know.
Well, if you was like
I have
JP,
no
you
idea
couldn't
who's
remember
So
the
y'all,
names
y'all,
anyway.
y'all didn't have assessments or nothing like that where you could
There was
see.
supposed to. I thought I was going to get a piece of paper at some point during the things or the names, and I could write a number down or something. I got nothing, and then I thought the kids were going to be there for draft or something on draft day the same day. No, it was just us.
Well, that's
So,
kind of.
I will say this. I had to pick my son, obviously, and he's never played, so I had to waste one of my top picks on him, and he's never played before. So.
What a dad! I had to waste my top pick on my son.
Son,
Well,
it's Christmas time, Tom.
When the guy with the number one pick next to me, who's never coached basketball in his life, is beating us 40-2 because he had the number one pick, and I had my son.
Don't worry, Kevin. My dad wouldn't have picked me either. My dad would have just
I was
let
gonna
somebody
pick
else
you.
pick me.
But not first. I'd have picked him third.
Sorry, son.
I'd have
Please
picked him
pick me
third.
If you're
son.
still there in the 4th round, I'll pick you.
I'd have picked him third. There's a kid that's really good, and we might have to run instead of a box and one Terry, we might have to run a dot and 4
Yeah.
to keep him from scoring.
I'll tell
Why
He's
not
pretty
just
good.
play
It
2-1?
does-
Just
well-
play 2-1-2.
Because Tom, I just told you it'd be 40-2-1-2.
Play a 2-1-2.
Amateurs.
Forget that.
Amateurs.
Now, whoa. Now, I will go with that
2-1-2.
because
Just play
they've been a million
2-1-2.
times that I have been with coaches who absolutely do not believe in a zone. And I'm like, I'm going to tell you what, it will help
In elementary
if you
school
know
ball.
how.
Yeah.
You know
It will
why?
help.
You know why? Because they know where to go on.
Well, Terry, you know where
They
they're
know where to go.
You know what?
Yes.
You know what they're getting from me. They're getting the trap in 1-3-1. They're gonna have to get.
How old
deal
are
with
these
that.
kids?
But once they
7
beat
and
your
9.
trap,
So
do
he's
you
go-
have anybody
He's
to
gonna
stop it?
he's gonna run a 1-3-1 with a trap.
Yes.
With 7-year-olds.
Got to get out of the ball handler's hand. Step 1.
Mhm.
Then we'll run from there and hope they miss.
Ooh.
And then they can't throw over.
Ain't
and
none
get
of
to
them
the
can hit a
baseline.
shot.
When I run girls basketball, I'd run 1-3-1 sporadically because you throw it at somebody, it messes them up. But As soon as they figure out, ooh, that baseline's wide open, then you're done.
Yep.
Because if you don't have somebody athletic on the baseline, of course, it won't matter in Pee Wee ball. But
I do have someone athletic because I secretly did know one kid who played baseball on my team.
As long as they
And
athletic,
he has the longest legs and can fly, and he's going to be my boxing one kid. He has endless energy. He can fly. The worst thing, I love him to death. He was fun to coach. Nicest kid in the room. He don't listen to a thing I say. So he's the ones where you go, throw it to second, and he throws it in the right field. So his job is going to be chase the ball, don't stop running. Just like soccer. You just pretend you're playing soccer right now, bub, and you go. And but the kid, he'll enjoy that. He loves running. He has to run all the time. All right.
I always like it when you go into Optimus and at the start of the year, and West Lincoln used to do this, they have assessments where one Saturday they all come and they dribble and they shoot and, do a lot of different techniques to basketball. And it helps a coach if he's over there paying attention or knows anything about the game. And then you throw them out there and say, okay, now we're going to pick,
I think the most important thing in all the youth basketball and any basketball actually is I want the 5 best dribblers on the team, on the court. Because anytime a lot of time in high school, you'll get to it where 1 or 2 guys can't dribble. And they got to get the ball, they got to get rid of it. Right. Yeah. I want dribblers more than I want shooters in the youth age because you got to give the ball up and go. Somebody might foul out. Who knows who's going to have the ball? Go. Because if you get, I don't feel confident my son's can go full court. He can take about 5 or 6 and shoot, but he's not playing point guard, and so he's not ready for it yet. I actually drafted a girl number 1. It's a boy-girl league because I've seen her dribble and she's got handles and she's got. That's the one I knew on the list. I knew my catcher from baseball, and I was like, I'm gonna go with those 2. So those are my, and then we'll figure it out. The other 8, I don't know.
What's the over under on technical fouls? Kevin will get
0. Yeah.
What's the over under on technical fouls?
I do not care if we win.
That's what every little league daddy says, isn't it, Terry?
Yeah.
That's what every little.
Then
league
all of a sudden there's a call made. What?
Again, is my son hasn't really played this, so I'm not invested in.
Every once in a while, I'll go out to a little league game and somebody will say, "You ain't gonna hear word out of me," and I was like, "I know I'm in for it."
Yeah, that's it. And I want to tell you something else too. Also, Tom, when you're doing little league, baseball, basketball, whatever, at the start of the year, even with new coaches, they're all learning.
Yeah.
But by the time you get to game 4, they know the whole game.
They do,
and they're going to let you know they know the whole game.
I plan on it.
But we did have some officials, bless their hearts. They're trying. There's an official shortage. Yeah. So I think back in the day when you would start in elementary school ball, these guys are getting thrown into the fire.
Yeah.
You've seen JV ball. JV ball is tough.
Yes,
JV boys to call that. That's a tough game to call.
Girls is also very tough.
They did have a couple guys who got a little confused on what backcourt was, and if you. You can't let a guy throw it into the backcourt and go get it. And the fans go nuts.
I do think one of my biggest issues I'm going to have is with this is I don't think we're going to have enough practice time to explain the game, actual game to them. Like, hey, you can't stand here for 10 seconds. You can't do this before you
free
even
throws.
Free throws.
You gotta have time.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's a 30 minutes explaining how to stand somewhere on a free throw line. So there's a lot of that stuff that you have to squeeze in before you even think about, hey, y'all do double team this kid or stay in a triangle or do whatever in a zone. But yeah, I would guess the majority of youth do play a 2-and-2 and pack it in the paint. I'm sure there's not a lot of threes being reined in 7- and 9-year-old ball.
If you got a lot of threes, you go to a 3-2. Just switch it around.
I done told you what's happening.
Oh, poor kids. Look out.
Well, you almost got to run that when a lot of other teams do the high post. If you do that, they'll just run a person out, and that's what goes to Kevin. He got a big guy, not only dribbling, but just to handle the ball and pass and see everything.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I need dribblers. I think I got another girl that can dribble too. I hope that's the one. I guessed at her name. I think that's what she told me. So.
And I don't know how y'all's run, but over at ours, I mean, you play
every league is completely different, especially in basketball.
That's what I'm
Baseball
saying.
is almost close.
We play hours where if you got 10 people, you could play 5 in the first quarter and you play 5 in the second, unless somebody out there on the court picks up their third foul, and then you can swap. And most of the time, it's the coach to come pick out who's going to go in for.
It's just that you have to play. You have to play 2 minutes a half, and that's it.
2 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
Well, got to earn a spot, Terry.
Well,
we're not giving out participation. We're not giving out participation.
How can I put this?
It reminds me of me when I played Little League.
How can I put this and be fair? Don't you think that, hey, if I play 8-minute quarters and clock don't stop, then I should put 7. Then I should play all 7 because somehow on a parent's end that I've paid money, how is my kid going to learn for 2 minutes?
You ain't paid a lot of money to play park ball.
Now, I agree.
$55-$60 or more.
Terry, $55. What's that? A night out at Applebee's?
Well,
Come on,
that. Terry, I agree with you.
Come on.
2 minutes a quarter wouldn't be a problem with me out of the 7 or 8, at least. Because you got to think in Little League, you got kids that sit over and only play 2 innings sometimes, but at that age,
that's a whole different story there. Because but basketball, you're going to play 7 minutes. You're going to play 7 minutes in the second, 7 minutes in the third, 7 minutes in the fourth. I think that you ought to have. If you got 10, they play 7. They play 7. Third quarter is split. We're going to play 3.5, 3.5, and then the fourth quarter you can do whatever. Is how it should be done.
Coach your team, Terry.
I was. But you talk about Little League. I was the guy. I was the guy there. The other coach would say, he ain't batted yet.
What?
He ain't batted yet.
Well, that's true. That's it. Put him in. That way they get 10.5 minutes of guaranteed they get to play.
Well, that's what I mean. Just like instead in baseball, you got to think of it. So if you get, 2 innings in a 6-inning game, or what is it? One at bat, and is it 2 innings?
Now, most of the time, they at least want you to get in bat.
But if you're doing time rules though in the league, you're only getting 4 innings or 3 innings a lot of times. So you're not even playing 6. When I played, we played 6 or 7 innings no matter what. It didn't matter how long it took. I can't stand these time limits where you go out there, you play 3 innings, and I'm like, well, let's go. You got 2 at bats. I just 1 at bat.
I just wish some of these little leagues would combine. Like when I was a kid, you had enough kids to where these kids are lower skilled kids. So we put all the lower skilled kids in a league to where they could develop and put the higher skilled kids. And that way you don't have the issues of you got this kid who really doesn't.
Hard.
Because once they're so unskilled, they're not getting any better and they're not making the other players better. But we had a big enough area where here's a lower skilled, you make a team, and then you can get better because you're going to play.
That comes with your coaching, Tom.
What's that?
That comes with your coaching. If I got a kid that can dribble, guess what? This is your mate right here, buddy. You know how to dribble. Help him also while I'm teaching everybody else.
Yeah, but then he's not going to get in the game, Terry. You're not going to put him in the game.
Yeah, you're going to put him in the game. If you do it like you should, he should get 10.5 minutes.
The dribbling thing is so key to me. If your kid's going to play basketball, give him basketball, just tell him dribble. Dribble. You can work on shooting later. You can work on shooting in the gym. You can work on shooting with the coach. The dribbling thing, the handling the ball is so important. You can dictate where you go on the court and not where someone passes you the ball. It's big.
There are straps nowadays. You talk about dribbling that you can stick a kid's left arm or right arm, whichever one they dribble with, and put the strap around them. Well, this arm does not move; it's in that strap, and he's got to dribble with one hand to learn how. You know what I'm saying?
Dribbling.
Yeah.
Now I did coach a few years back in another league, another youth league with a friend, helped a friend, and we ran. And Terry, they had this. I think it was upward. The rules were that you had colored wristbands. You had to guard the guy 1-on-1, and blah blah. You had to follow the kid, right? I'm like, well, if you have to follow him, this is what I did. We had one kid that was fast, could dribble. I told the kids on offense to stop at half court and stand across the half court, and we ran 4 wide picks. I just told him to pick a hole and go. It was 1-on-1 to the basket about every play.
Yeah, because once you bring them all out.
That was the rule, though. I was like, y'all are the ones to make the rules.
I'm with you.
You gave it to me. If they're all standing at half court, we're running jailbreak 1-on-1 through the
a million times. And we play like in your kindergarten, and this is where they're learning when they first start. But you cannot go inside the 3-point line. Your defense cannot come outside.
Yeah,
of it,
every rule, like I said, it's tough to discuss it because all the rules are different.
If my team is playing and I get the tip, guess what? Either I'm winning 2-0 or it's 0-0 at the end of the first quarter. I'm going to be in the game.
Oh, God. Well,
I'm only going to be down 2-0 at halftime because they're only going to get one shot. And if they miss it, forget it. we're tied nothing at half.
When we come back, we'll discuss real basketball, how Terry's NC State Wolfpack lost to Richmond last night.
We did.
Then we'll talk about some NBA and more on KTC Broadcasting with Mice and Beam and JP in a minute.
Here's some good news. It's 2 for 1. Two good companies have now become one great company. Hopper Heating and Air in Shelby and Shelby Heating and Air have combined their businesses to become Shelby Heating and Air. David Hopper invites you to call on them for all of your heating and air conditioning needs with name brands like Carrier and Goodman, plus complete service and repair. Shelby Heating and Air and Hopper Heating and Air. Now one. Give them a call at 704-487-7877 today. It's the most wonderful time of the year. The City of Kings Mountain presents Home for Christmas Celebration, which will include historic carriage rides, reservations only, a downtown artisan market, Winter Wonderland attractions, the Mayor's Fantasy Light Show, and Costner's Christmas Lights Extravaganza at Patriots Park. The Home for Christmas Celebration will take place from 5:30 until 8:30, December 11th and 18th. You don't want to miss it. Home for Christmas in Kings Mountain. For more information, go to kingsmountainchristmas.com.
Get a great deal on versatile Kubota equipment today, like Kubota BX and L Series compact tractors, part of our under 100 horsepower tractor lineup rated #1 for reliability, Z Series mowers, and Sidekick utility vehicles. Stop by your local Kubota dealer today. Bring home the Kubota BX 2380 tractor for 0 down, 0% APR for up to 60 months, now through December 31st. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for more details.
Your Kubota dealer is Parker Farm Service, 126 Bessie Drive in Kings Mountain. Straps Jewelers in downtown Lincoln brings their wishes to you for a joyous holiday season. We wish for you peace, health, and happiness. Celebrate the tradition of friendship and the beauty of this Christmas season and the opportunity of the coming New Year. Merry Christmas from everyone at Straps Jewelers, 315 East Main Street, downtown Lincoln. Online at strapsjewelers.com and like them on Facebook too. Join Milton Baker for the West End Cell Swap Shop, Monday through Friday on Carolina Country, WCSL, Cherryville, Gastonia, 92.3 FM, 1590 AM, and online at ktcbroadcasting.com.
And we're back on Saturday Morning Sports Talk with Kevin and the gang. They, I think they're back on.
We're back.
Yep, there we are.
Back. We're back. We're just, listen, I don't know. We're getting our gang together. How about that, JB? Yeah, well, good morning and welcome back to Shock Jocks. Terry, we'll start off NCAA basketball. Wolfpack, a little up and down. They got at least one pretty good player. What about the assessment of the rest of the team and where you guys are at right now?
Well, we're young, and I think the biggest thing that hurt us at the start of the year, Manny Bates, our center, he got hurt his shoulder. He's out for the season. But, him to come back next year and Billingham's coming in. We got Sebron, Smith. We got Cam Hayes. We got guys who can play, but we're very young. We got a bunch of freshmen and sophomores who are trying to fill in. Helms is the only guy that's had a lot of time, and he's our senior. But, we're one of those teams, and we're 7-4. We should be 9-2. We should have beat Purdue. We should have beat Purdue last week. We was up by 12 in that game, and then, they never scored. Purdue never led the whole entire game until we went to overtime, and then Purdue beat us in overtime. Beat us by 10 in overtime, but we just got to get over humps. We got to learn how to finish. There's 2 games this year against Louisville. We blew one at the end. Louisville outscored us 9-0. We was winning that game. And then Purdue, we led that game the whole game, and then we lost in overtime. But last night's game was just a team of Richmond who has a bunch of seniors and juniors on a squad, and they just backdoored us to death. But one thing I do not like about North Carolina State was we pressed the whole game, and I don't care who you are, if you're pressing as hard as you can play, and then you're trying to run an offense, where does it end up taking its toll at? And last night was a big thing. Free throws, because you're tired. When you go there.
I will say that, Terry. I understand the idea of a coach wanting to press and thoughts of that, but I agree with you. I wasn't that big of a fan of it. I didn't think if you turn it over and it changes the game real quick, if you're that good at it, it does. But like, I'm not going to name the team we played against, but I know one team that they would press the whole game, whether they're winning by 30, down by 30, whatever, and they're just pressing. And I'm just like, this is just so weird. And they would have to run pretty much 2 shifts of guys.
Yeah.
And so
but
that
we're not
team,
that deep to run 2 shifts on our team right now.
And that team, and I'll say this, and that team, I don't remember any names or any specific guys off that team because that's what they did. There was a good team, and we had to play with them. But you know, I like getting the shot, get back, set up for D.
It reminds me,
as opposed to pressuring the basketball so much on the guards. Every coach wants to pressure the basketball.
Yeah.
That is every coach for some reason wants to pressure the basketball. And as an offensive player, it's aggravating for me. Just like, okay, you're gonna press me. Let me shake you. Let me dribble 4 times. Okay. You can't guard me, so let's just waste our time. Then I'm gonna pass it to the best player, and then we'll see what happens. And it's just every play like that. And
State reminds me
what you're saying with that. It's
Loyola of Marymount way back. You know, because they would score tons.
Loyola Marymount, Tom.
Well, I mean, it would because I mean they were very good, but that's what they did. They pressed and they scored a bunch of points, but they lost. And as far as winning the national title. Keats said, we're not going to win a national title. We're not deep enough for that and to press that much. But last night it cost us because we was going to free throw line. I believe we missed 12, 14 free throws.
Well, the internet was saying they should fire Keats.
You know, well, that's what people are wanting.
They didn't shoot good on the free throw line. They only shot 37% from the field, too. And Richmond shot 52. That's a big.
Yeah, it's a big. And they beat us back door. And one thing State has given up is layups after layups after layups. You know, and you cannot. I mean, you shooting threes, they're shooting layups. I'm sorry, they're going to win because their percentage is going to be way high.
Yeah. Terry, see if you got an answer for this. Why? Now, I haven't watched the game. I don't know anything about college basketball right now. Why are the Wake Forest Demon Deacons not ranked?
They won with ease last night over Charlotte.
How many times do you look at an ACC standings, only see one team ranked?
Well, you got to prove yourself.
Wake Forest is 11-1's not bad.
Well, I know, but you got to. Well, I know, but who have you played? I mean, you know, they're going to look at that. Who have you played? I mean, Clemson used to start off the season very strong, but then when they got the ACC play, they'd fall all the way down because you didn't play nobody.
They didn't win with ease. It was 82-79 over a 5-6 Charlotte.
Well, there you go. But now they led that game early by 15 or more.
They won by 3.
They must have had to put their 2-minuters in.
Who?
At the end of the game.
They played Charlotte, but they were up by 15. Wake Forest.
Charlotte hadn't been good since I was
that's not the only team they've played this year.
No, but I look at who they beat. I mean, you know, come on.
Oregon State.
They lost to LSU, so there's your loss.
Virginia Tech.
By a bunch.
Well, App State played Duke the other day.
Yeah, they was in the game for a while. For the first half. And then about a little 5-minute span where Duke went on about a 12-14 nothing run.
They ran it right at halftime.
Well, you know, Coach K, a little money here, a little money there.
Well, now, Wake Forest, there's one win I see that they did have at Virginia Tech.
Yeah.
That's a good win.
They lost to LSU.
Yeah. But the rest
which was
of
a ranked team.
The rest of them's cupcakes.
Aren't they?
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I mean, look at the rest of them. Come on.
I don't know if any of these teams are cupcakes or not because I don't know what teams are good now because of the, you know, these small schools are half good. We got one ACC team ranked, so I don't know I don't know how to answer.
One
that.
ACC team.
That's what I'm
football
saying.
And basketball
doing that. Carolina's only lost twice, I believe.
The Tar Heels are 8-2. Who they lost to? Decent teams.
Yeah.
It was a top 5 team that we got beat. And did Michigan beat us too?
Purdue and Tennessee. You beat Michigan.
We beat Michigan. Okay,
21.
See, that's what gets
Purdue
me.
was the big one that beat us. Tennessee was a bad loss.
State should have beat Purdue. I mean, there's no if and or buts about that. That's a game that Keats gave away. He's gave away that one. He gave away the Louisville game when we were winning and we got outscored 9-0 down the stretch. So you got to learn how to fit. And I understand we're young, and it's about teaching and learning. But, you know, this is what puts you in the NCAA and what kicks you out. It's not that you played Purdue good, the number 1 team in the country. It's you lost. If the bottom line is you lost when you should have beat them.
Well, Tom, over in the Big Ten, who's the best team right now?
I don't know. They have a lot of good teams in the Big Ten. Ohio State's pretty good. Wisconsin's pretty good. Michigan State's decent. Is Michigan State ranked though? I don't think they're ranked. This
They
year.
come out
They're
not
12th.
ranked at the beginning,
Yeah,
but they started to
they
win.
moved up. Okay,
That's
what
happened
it
to
was.
them a lot
They
lately.
come out not
They're
ranked.
12th.
Yeah,
Ohio State's 15th. Right
yeah,
now.
yeah. Because Michigan State at the beginning I knew wasn't ranked, and they've come on. So I think there's a lot of balance in the Big Ten right now. But that's good. I mean, you got Purdue at number 3 in the country.
Y'all can
Iowa's
adjust that
Iowa's
screen
not
however you
as
want, Tom, if
Iowa's
you
not
want.
as good. Iowa's not as good as they have been because they graduated.
Everybody above 500.
What's that?
Everybody's above 500, are they not?
Yeah.
So there you go.
They've been playing pretty well. You know, there's a good case to be made. It's the best league in the country.
Minnesota's 9-1, not ranked.
Until they get to the NCAA.
Wisconsin 9-2.
Oh, Terry, you say that every year. We'll be all right when we come to the NCAA because we beat each other up in the regular season. That's one thing that hurts us.
Without looking, guys, what would you be your guess on which conference has the most teams ranked? We'll go through and see if anybody gets that right. It's not the ACC.
No, it definitely ain't. You've got one.
There was 3 in the Big Ten, so you got hints there.
3 in the Big Ten. How many in the Pac-10?
Oh, the SEC.
I was going to see if you think the SEC.
Yeah,
too?
SEC.
Because Arkansas is ranked this year.
They probably got a lot of the.
Kentucky's ranked.
All right. The American Atlantic has 1, the Houston Cougars. The A-10 has 0. Speaking of Davidson, there in first, Maury Adams, Crest running back, signed with them to play football. I don't know if he's going to try any basketball with them or not.
Is that where Maury's going, Davidson?
Yes.
That's great.
So that's a fantastic sign for him as far as
he's an excellent student.
If he is too, then that's that's great.
He's the from Shelby, correct?
Crest.
Okay, I was thinking the wide receiver for Shelby.
The single season all-time leading rusher. Now I think at Crest broke Harbison, if I'm wrong, sorry. Only one team in the ACC, the Duke Blue Devils. The Big 12's got 5.
Darn.
5 in the Big 12. Iowa State, Baylor, Kansas, Texas Tech, and Texas Longhorn. 20%.
They're making a good case to
of
be
the
the best
top
league
25 resides in the Big 12.
They got the number 1.
We'll see.
Also.
Yeah, they got the number 1.
Baylor.
And 5 of the 11 teams, Tom, that's what, 45% of the league is ranked?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
And every single one of them's
one of the 12
at least 2
teams
games
are
above 500, it looks
ACC
like.
teams
Is that 5-3 or 6-3?
6-3 at the bottom. Kansas State is 6-3.
Everybody's 2 games above 500.
Worst record in the league is 6-3. The Big East, hey, they got 4.
Wow.
Xavier Musketeers.
Yeah, Xavier beat Ohio
the
State.
Seton Hall Pirates, the Yukon Huskies, and the Villanova Wildcats.
Villanova 7-4 and number 9 in the country.
Number 9 in the country.
Yeah, how can you be 7?
Wake Forest 11-1.
At 7-4.
North Carolina State 7-4.
Number 9, not 22nd or 19th. They're number 9 at 7-4.
Yeah.
Wake Forest is 11-1.
Come
And they're
on.
at the bottom of their conference, and Wake Forest is at the top.
Yeah, now that's ridiculous. Sorry, y'all. State 7-4. We're as good as Villanova.
7-4.
And they just got drilled by. They're 7-5. They got
they
drilled
now?
by 20
okay.
last night.
They need
by
to drop out of
Creighton.
top 25.
Jeez, they were 9th.
They're 9th.
Yeah, they were
They're not
going
gonna
to
fall out of it.
19th.
Okay, Baylor drilled them by 20, but they're number 1 in the country.
Did they lose to 2 this week, Tom? Because
they lost 2 this week.
Then Terry, they might be out of the top.
They
25
beat St.
then, 'cause-
Joe's. They beat
Because the rankings all
UPenn.
come out on Mondays,
Well,
right?
they'll be 25th.
You think?
24th, 25th.
Purdue beat them. Tennessee beat them.
Voters will save face.
So they had Purdue.
UCLA
They had Purdue
beat
and
them.
Baylor both. They was
Okay.
both number 1.
UCLA was ranked number 4, beat them. Tennessee ranked 18. They did beat Tennessee. Purdue beat them ranked 3rd. And then they beat some cupcakes. Baylor beat them. They only scored 36 points against Baylor. And only they got beat by 20 against Creighton. So there may be some injuries or COVID issues or something with it.
SEC so far down there, we can't even get to them.
Yeah, all these teams. Pac-12, 3.
Yeah, at the top.
That's
Yeah.
3 good
Arizona,
teams.
USC, and UCLA. USC's undefeated and 1 spot behind the 4 loss.
Maybe Carolina's glad they're not playing UCLA. Though.
Might be.
Oh,
SEC. Well, Terry, you were right.
There you
Even
go.
after seeing 5 teams from the Big 12, the SEC with
Got
6. LSU at 19, Arkansas at 24, Auburn at 13, Bama at 6, Tennessee at 18, 21 at Kentucky. Funny story real quick. 4 teams in our league. We haven't decided names yet. I'm kind of waiting. I'll just be the last because I'm choosy. I'm picky. Anyway, one of the guys is from Tuscaloosa. I'd never believed he was going to be playing a basketball team called the Crimson Tide. Well, they're good at basketball this year too, so I was like, I give it to you, man.
What are they ranked this year? I know they've been ranked.
They're top 4 in our league, but they're 6 in the SEC.
Alabama beat Gonzaga.
Tom, you can turn that.
They were
your way.
number
They're
6.
6th in the country.
It was supposed to be angled right down the middle of y'all too.
No,
It's
that's
okay.
good.
But you can turn
I
it.
can see it. Tom don't need to see it.
Okay. Well, anyway, yeah. Alabama's 6th right now in the country, but 4th in their conference behind 3 teams right below them, Zach. Fuzzy math here in our college institutions.
Yeah, it's early yet, too.
Rankings: Baylor 1, Duke 2, Purdue 3, UCLA 4, Gonzaga 5, Alabama 6, Kansas 7, Arizona 8, Villanova 9, and USC 10. Tom's Buckeyes down at 15.
Yeah, they had the
that.
big win over Wisconsin, and then they pulled the plug on the season for now.
All right, today
Is that not like a bash show against the ACC right now?
Yeah, they're giving them the finger, Terry.
Well, I mean, really, one
I
team.
agree.
I mean, that's what we're known
that's
for,
crazy.
basketball,
Right,
and we
right.
got one team.
Right.
Carolina probably should be ranked in the 20s
Not
anyway.
really.
I mean, we lost twice. We lost to Purdue, which is number 1 in the country, at one time this
And
season.
we
We
lost
lost
to
to
Purdue.
Tennessee.
I'm
You
with Tom on this one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm blaming it on Notre Dame joining the league. That brings the whole thing down. All on Notre Dame.
Oh, so they're allowed to join the basketball league, but not the football league.
Right.
Whatever.
Elon will be at Duke today.
Yeah, they've been playing basketball with us forever, trying to make the program better.
It's just
That's all it's about.
Tar Heels against Kentucky today in Vegas. Tickets. Now, listen, if you're in Vegas, surely you have $12 on you. That's how much the tickets are for North Carolina, Kentucky today. Go to the game. I don't care if they're not top ranked or anything. $12. Don't put it on black. Go to the game. Drink some water. Recuperate. Then get back to it.
People are getting scared to go out again.
They are.
South Carolina and Clemson, $6. Are they still playing Little John, or is that? Yep, still in Little John.
Oh,
$6 for Little John. So there's
Great venue.
There's that. It is a nice little.
Duke's a nice venue. The Carolina took a lot away from them when they went to the bigger place. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
What are you talking about?
Especially fan wise. I mean,
They built the Dean Dome
Yeah.
in the 90s.
And it took away from them?
I think it did. I think
Well,
it took
no.
away.
It's been 40 years,
No,
and they're
it's-
doing just fine, Terry.
Was that the 80s or 90s?
It was
when-
the 80s.
Was the 80s?
Yes, early
Yeah.
80s.
It's not the same atmosphere as you're going to Duke. You got them fans right there.
Well,
on
again,
your
Duke
tail.
plays in a high school gym. They only have 8. Appalachian
Well, they do.
Stadium
They only
holds
got
more
8,000
than-
people.
Yeah,
You're right.
Appalachian holds more than Duke,
You're
which
right.
that blows my mind that we do. We don't fill it up, but we sure do have a
You
bigger.
don't fill
we
it
do,
up?
We sure do have a bigger stadium.
It is a nice place.
We don't have private Coach K Nike money to pay our athletes under the table to play for
Our
us.
girls got to play up there on that court. It's a good place.
I did see a picture of wrestling, Terry, the other day of them wrestling up there. App High School's wrestling up at App, and they had the big blow up App Mountaineer out there in the old gym where we played some basketball up there. Indoor arena football, Tom, might have been my favorite sport, intramural sport up there, I have to say. All right, we'll be back in a few minutes. Talk NBA on KTCBroadcasting.com.
Yeah, it was about 86.
Well, we're going to hold it right here for just a second, Tom. We'll just talk NBA because JP had an emergency, and Mason hasn't been trained yet by JP apparently to do the right thing. Well, you gotta hit the buttons.
One at a time. He's still trying to learn his name. We don't want to go too fast.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, this is sponsored by Shelby Heating and
Heating
Air.
and
We'll
Yeah,
say
thank
that.
you, Shelby Heating and Air.
At least.
And Mason is smiling at the computer. and Mason, you
It's
look
okay.
like you look like the T-shirt that says "I smile"
I tell you what,
because
Mason,
I have
go
no
ahead.
idea what's
Mason,
going on.
Go ahead and sit down, and no, Mason, go ahead and sit down in that seat.
Yeah.
and you'll be the replacement for JP. For
All you
now.
have to do is sit there, and you've already replaced him.
Yeah. Right now, you're 99% taking JP's spot. Now, once we've, I don't worry about the buttons. I'm gonna have him sit behind you and show you what to do. There's Mason, our intern from Appalachian State. Hello, Mason. And once he gets his finger better, y'all, he is. I'm making him, whether he wants to or not. This is part of his internship. He plays electric bass, so he's going to play some openings and outros for us in here on Saturdays, and then get this place jamming a little bit for us, a little bit. So Mason, just hang in tight there. I'll get JP. We'll just go ahead and transition, but real quick, do want to mention our sponsor, Shelby Heating and Air, 704-487-7877, ShelbyHeating.com at ShelbyHeating.com. They've got special offers right now. We'll check out a couple of those. $20 off performance tune-up and a service call. $200 off complete installation. 15% off a programmable thermostat. $25 off new customer referral. That means us, right? Infinity Air Purifier, $100 off. Those are good through January right now.
That's it.
Online at ShelbyHeating.com. Special offer 704-487-7877. Online, you can contact them online. If you can't, for some reason, I doubt you'll ever not be able to get them on the phone. Go here and type it in. If you like, get on the websites and checking them out, asking them about questions you may have, request service, and contact them now there. All right, over in the NBA, Terry Reinhardt's favorite player, Kyrie Irving, might be back. Part-time basketball player. And now, with that said, also Klay Thompson is coming back. And so my question, with that, these teams, we're looking at the top two teams in the NBA, and they have yet to add one of their best players to their teams yet. Zach, which team needs, let's put it this way, I want to reverse that because we'll be different. Which team doesn't need their player more or less, or however you're supposed to word that?
I think it's Golden State, but he's going to be a valuable asset when they get him back. Bro, it's supposed to be bringing him back. He's looking at home games in January is what the rumor
Klay
is.
Thompson?
Yeah.
Okay. So you think Golden State doesn't need Klay Thompson as much as Brooklyn needs Kyrie? Is that what you're saying?
Kyrie reminds me of Odell Beckham, and I'll leave it at that. I don't have to even say anything else about that. He's going to be a cancer for the team. That's
Terry,
my opinion.
how you feel about that? Which one doesn't actually need them? They're both the 1 seed. Brooklyn's 21-8, Golden State 24-5. Which one needs their guy the most?
Brooklyn.
Think Brooklyn needs Kyrie more
They
than Golden
need
State
him
need Klay.
more than because Golden State is all their guys are basically the same. There's no huge guy, no big difference in who they got out there and how they going to run their offense.
Mm-hmm.
So they could be okay without Klay coming back. It's Brooklyn who's got to have.
Did I misinterpret the
somebody
question, or
leading.
did you change the question?
It's the same thing either way.
Yeah.
Who did you think needs them more, and who doesn't need them? Who doesn't need them?
Golden State would get by without.
That's my opinion. I didn't know if I misconstrued the question.
Y'all said the same thing to the question.
They've only lost 5 games all year. I mean, was it 23-5? Is that what you said?
I think they were
24-5.
24. I knew at one time they'd only lost 2, but they must have dropped some. I know they lost to Phoenix. That was the big game, and then they must have dropped a couple.
They
of
lost a
to
couple,
Charlotte.
and then everybody's like, the house is burning down.
Yeah.
And they wanted.
Well, Tom,
They beat Boston last night.
who needs who more?
I would say a sane Kyrie would be a great asset for Brooklyn, but I don't know if he's going to make things better or worse when he comes back. I wonder how Klay Thompson is going to be when he comes back, though. He hadn't played in a couple seasons.
I know.
I mean, that's a long
Yeah,
time.
and two major.
All right, that's
major.
a long time. So, I mean, I know you guys are talking about, well, Golden State's fine without him, but if he does come back, I mean, how is he going to be the same Klay Thompson, or is he going to be a diminished role player? But if you see what Cleveland has done with Kevin Love, former star, now coming off the bench, and let me tell you what, he's coming off the bench and drilling threes. I could see Klay Thompson in that similar role. You know what I mean? Not as many minutes, but effective minutes. You know what I mean? I mean, you're coming in and you're really giving your team a boost.
You know, the game that he hit all those threes, it was ridiculous. It was like one dribble.
Points.
It was like one dribble he took in that whole game.
Much.
So all he's got to do is sit there and give him the ball. There's videos of him practicing now, and he's just not missing.
So, okay, there's a few ways to look at this, but that question that I asked. So defensive, you're talking, let's say with Klay Thompson, while you're on that thought. If they ask Klay Thompson to play 24 minutes to shoot threes, Tom, I think that he'll be fine.
Yeah.
his role used to be guard the other team's best player.
Yeah.
I don't think he could or should do that at all now.
Yeah.
Now, with that said, these guys switch every. They don't even set picks anymore.
No, they don't. They just switch.
It's the craziest thing.
And that's
Why
how
are y'all
Golden
switching
State
if
is.
you're not even going to pick? I understand if you're running it,
Yeah.
your pick. But if you're not even going to pick, why would you switch then,
Yeah.
Terry?
Golden
Would that not
State
drive you crazy?
just switches.
We're just going to
They
switch.
just-
Walk near me. We're going to switch. So that now they're in the West. So right now it's a weaker conference. So that who are you favoring? Like is Phoenix or Utah or Memphis? That's the next three teams. Which one of those
Phoenix
would
is
make a
good.
run? Phoenix the most dangerous.
Yeah, I believe.
But
yeah, I would go with them.
They-
Just on account of Chris Paul, the leader. They got a leader out there,
now
and you got to have one.
Now, with that said, Brooklyn has to go through. They've got Chicago, who's deep. You got the defending champs, Milwaukee. Tom, your Cavs are sitting in 4. Miami's deep. Charlotte's up to 6 this week. Then the 500 club is 7 through 10. The offense. The thing about Kyrie, looking at Kyrie and that, I would think that I would 9 times out of 10 rather have Klay Thompson than Kyrie Irving. Than a me first shooting point guard. I'd rather have a shooter that somebody can play defense. So I think, but I don't see that. I can't see Golden State's going to win a championship without him. I don't think they can.
I think they can.
I think they can.
Yeah, you got Poole, you got Wiggins. They do the same thing Clay does.
My only
I mean,
question would be
it's not going to change a thing.
if Steph plays big when he hasn't played big. That he's got MVP in the finals, but there's times that he's not played well.
He doesn't have MVP.
Did he not get the MVP the year without Durant?
You don't remember who they gave it to?
I know who it was. Never mind. It was Iggy.
They gave it to Iguodala for holding LeBron to 28 points a game.
Yeah, that's right.
But the reason
and Curry had more points and assists than he did in the regular season in the finals, and they gave it to the guy for giving up 28 to LeBron.
But now listen to me. When you're talking about who can get by, that's the reason I say Kyrie has got to go to Brooklyn, because how many times now that you look at Brooklyn and it's Durant, you hardly ever hear Harden's name.
No, you don't. That's interesting too.
You know, it's always Durant. And Durant can do a lot, but he needs somebody else with him, and that's bad to say. He's got Harden, and you never hear Harden's name. It's what Durant did.
I think so. Here's my situation. I think Golden State needs Clay more as a team to do what they do and to win the championship they need. I think
they're deeper.
I think Brooklyn needs Kyrie more. Maybe to get through the East, because of
because of the conference.
I think if they, let's say they were going into the finals and each team was getting one back to play each other, I'd rather have Clay than Kyrie. Would you be confident if you're Golden State going in the finals without and they get Kyrie and we don't get Clay back? I don't know if I could say that. The problem with Kyrie and James is that to me they're the same player, and I think James is better.
And both of them have to dribble.
Right.
Yeah, they do.
I mean, they do.
Right.
It was
but
a bad
creativity, though, Kyrie brings a lot back to the table.
He does. To me, there ain't nothing he can do that James Harden
And you know what?
Yeah,
even Durant
I think
is
they are. I think there's more
James is
shots
lefty.
per Kyrie that he can produce than what James can produce.
you even think about Durant. He was an isolation player too. You know, even when we got to Golden State.
What was it, Tom? I texted Tom the other day, Zach, that he had the other night he had 51 points, and he had only shot like 16 times. So the math on shot 16 times. So the math on that, he averaged 3-point-something points per shot. Not made, shot made, per shot taken. He averaged more points than you can get.
Because he's getting
I think that was the game he had 17 free throws or
it's
something
amazing.
Like that. Yeah.
The efficiency. Okay, so he's averaging 10 made shots on 20 attempts per game, averaging 29.7 points a game. And again,
but I say this, Kevin, it's so easy for the stars to get to the line. When I watched that game with Embiid, you could not breathe on Embiid, and he went to the line. It's ridiculous.
Trent's getting 7 free throws a game. Giannis is leading with 10 free throws a
stars
game.
of the game are going to go to the line.
Trae Young getting 6. DeMar DeRozan is 7. Let me put the complete order if you really want to know that. DeMar DeRozan's getting the second most free throws. Harden is third. Terry's averaging 21 a game, and if you round up, he's averaging 21, 10, and 8. I don't think they need Kyrie Irving. I think if they traded Kyrie for some other players, that's what they should do.
I just don't think anybody wants
who's
him.
gonna, who's going to deal with him, man? Who? I mean, really?
A team that can have him for full. Think about it. You got Kyrie coming up, messing up the offense.
He's been a problem
and he's only
went.
And he's only playing road games.
He's a headache.
So
that's what I'm saying.
So y'all are saying the Brooklyn Nets need Kyrie more than Golden State, but no other team in the league would take him.
They need him. I think they
somebody's
need him.
going to trade for Kyrie.
I think it's a loaded question. Really.
Yeah.
I mean, I just think it's a loaded question because if you say Kyrie, then you're bringing back the headache.
So they're not going to. Are you saying they're going to Cam Newton Kyrie? He's
Golden
not have a
State
team
with Clay coming back is not going to lose anything. Totally nothing's going to change. He's going to fall right back into the lineup, do exactly what the guys they got out there, Poole, Wiggins, Curry. He's just going to fit right in.
I believe they're better
with all them.
But I can't say that if Kyrie comes back.
Brooklyn, they got to have Kyrie for them to win a championship.
See, but your question was which would be the most. Your question was not which will be the most seamless reentry. That's Klay Thompson. Which one might cause some problems? But hell, it's kind of the old cliche keeps both teams in the game.
Yeah.
You can make that argument of if you get that guy who's really good, but he really's a headache sometimes, and that's why it's hard to answer your question, Kevin. I mean, it's just,
to me, I would trade him. I don't think Kyrie fits at all. I don't care who. I don't care who.
Who would want?
Think about it. Right now, you don't have him. So anybody that
Boston
can dribble a
don't
basketball in the NBA is better than what you have right
chance.
now, in my opinion.
he's just such.
Indiana's got everybody up for sale right now, Terry.
Yeah, they do.
But who would?
But now on the other end of it, name me 3 stars for Indiana.
Sabonis, Miles Turner, Karis LeVert. I would take Sabonis and whoever you want to give me for Kyrie straight up. I'd take Sabonis for Kyrie straight up right now if I'm Brooklyn. Get an all-star double-double machine for nothing because he's not even playing. He's nothing right now. To me, he is nothing.
Why would Indiana take on all that salary when you're trying to sell the team? It doesn't make any sense. It wouldn't make any sense. I mean, I would do it too, Kevin. Don't get me wrong. I would do it. It just doesn't make any sense.
So Tom, if the Nets, your opinion is the Nets put him up for trade, nobody would take him and he would be out of the league forever.
I'm not saying
they're going to Cam Newton him.
No, I'm just saying somebody will always take just like OBJ. When you let the Browns, somebody's going to take him. He's a talent, but it's just, and it's kind of funny, if you go to the OBJ, everybody said this or that. He's caught 3 touchdowns for the Rams. I mean,
but he basically only showed up this past week.
Yeah.
Really.
He just got in with the offense working with the new quarterback. But I think it's a similar situation where tremendous talent, but what kind of headaches is he going to cause us? Maybe if he's in the right situation where he, the distractions would be at a minimum. But I don't like headaches. So,
at no point am I a Kyrie Irving fan, but somebody's going to take him. But I don't honestly, if I'm a Brooklyn fan, I don't want him. I would trade him. I would do whatever.
Brooklyn would be better if Sabonis would go there and Kyrie would go there?
Yes.
So they would have Aldridge, Sabonis, and Durant, which Durant don't play underneath. That's what I don't understand about a lot of people. Durant is so big that he never plays underneath. He's more of a wing player totally at 6'11".
And it's not unusual, though.
It's not nowadays. No, not nowadays. It's not. But I'm saying, though, that's what gets me. I guess Sabonis would bring a solid foundation to the middle for him, because you got Aldridge in there.
Well, see, like Allen for Cleveland has made such a difference when you have a big guy with some rim protection. You know what I mean?
Well, see,
it does. And that's
the league
what
hasn't had that in so long.
Boston needs somebody. Yeah. We have nobody.
Kevin's mentioned this before. If we ever got another,
he's not good.
If we ever got another Shaq in the league or something like that, they wouldn't know. People wouldn't know what to do with it, like how to defend it or anything. He'd just run roughneck over the league.
Yeah, but he's a generational player.
So
we've lost the center position basically.
What Zach's bringing up and what the league. So this week with Curry breaking the 3-point record, the talk was how Curry has changed basketball, and they're right. But does it mean they're doing? Put it this way: instead of stopping at stop signs, they're going using roundabouts, but they're still getting to 110 points.
Yeah,
it's not changed. He's changed the way we get to 110 points. Okay, it's still 110 points. If, like Zach said, if I bring Shaq in the game, I'm getting to 110 too, and I'm fouling your whole team out. As soon as we get any good center, if Giannis would stay on the block the whole time, he reminds me, really, when you look at his numbers, Zach, it's David Robinson, Barkley numbers, and he is a 7-foot. He don't shoot threes. He's the right-handed Greek David Robinson, but with better handles. I can say that. He's got better handles, but you can't say he really
Body-wise,
shoots that much.
very similar.
It's the exact same thing. Robinson was a freak. He was the wherever he's from. Where is he from? I don't even know where. Is he from Texas originally?
I don't know. I know he went to Navy.
Well, I know that. He's a Navy freak. We'll call him that instead of the Greek freak. But so they're talking about, so you watch all these kids were shooting, every team is shooting the three. Well, if you can't make the three, that's what they don't get. Again, we mentioned this before. 3-point guards, Isaiah Thomas, Steph Curry, and Magic Johnson are the only 3-point guards in NBA history to lead their team in scoring and win the championship. And they only did it one time each. Steph only did it one time. Magic did it once. He's 6'9", the greatest shooter, than Isaiah Thomas, who everybody forgets about when they're talking about greatest point guards, who won 2. And so they're generational players. No Kyrie Irving, no Allen Iverson, even though he's point guard, shooting guard. Whatever greatest point guards you can think of, make your list. Stockton, all of them. None of them won a championship. And you look down to the past few ones. Let's go down real quick. So they talk about Steph Curry changing the game, and I did this the other night. I did want to point this out to you guys on that too. So Curry, does what he does, and it always bothered me, Terry. Like, why are you trying to be the Warriors? You don't have Steph Curry, you don't have Klay Thompson, so why are we trying to out-3 them? Play defense and make them force play. Why would you just play defense and make them shoot twos? Have layups. You have lanes all night. I'm gonna stick one 7-footer down there to contend, and the rest of them are gonna shoot. But let's look at the past. Who's the best player on these teams the past? Let's just 10 years. Giannis, big giant forward, whatever position you want to play, the best forward in the game, whatever. Lakers in the bubble, best forward in the game, maybe. Kawhi Leonard, best forward in the game. Durant was the MVP. LeBron, best forward. Hey, there's Steph Curry. Oh, then we go to Duncan, and then LeBron and D-Wade. Dirk Nowitzki. Not Shaq. That was Kobe and 2 7-footers on his team. So everyone is either the best wing or the best forward, except for Curry, the one time that he did it. And all these teams were shooting 53s a game and still scoring the 110 that they did in the same thing they did in 1998.
It's basically the same thing they did with football. You just score in a different way instead of running the football.
And it's still the same average. They're still averaging 24.
Still getting the same amount of points.
We've been talking about this for 10 years.
It's different.
They keep passing. They keep averaging the same number of points. Because you know what the key to both of those are, really? Baseball, you can up the run stuff. There's 9 innings or whatever. You can score 20 runs in an inning. Basketball and football are timed sports. Yeah. So at some point, that line can only get so big. We're seeing these 130s in the games. The Hornets gave up 82 at halftime last night.
Yeah, they did. 82.
Cleveland had 80 Cleveland had 80 against the Rockets.
It used to be like All-Star game points. You know what I'm saying? It's funny, really.
Right. And then so if you do hit a 3 or do hit a 2, Terry, and you score 140 points in a game, they're so meaningless. Like, I got a great dunk tonight. Well, we got beat 130 to 112. Like, those games are weird to me, how they get out of hand like that. And I think, like I said last week, the Hornets assistant coach is like, as soon as one of us starts playing defense, that team's going to win.
But neither one of them going to do that.
They didn't.
That's the problem.
That's what. Yeah.
I mean, when Charlotte's coming, we're going to score a lot of points because they're not going to play defense, but they're going to score. But they're not going to stop us neither.
So I've heard this, and I don't know it to be true. You guys are referees. Has AAU caused this?
I don't know. I don't do basketball.
You don't do the basketball. Okay.
The 3
calls the no defense.
Oh, the no defense.
A lot. I would go there because when you go to AAU, it's about how many points you score.
Right.
And
I've heard that. I'm not familiar with the program.
If you watch baseball games, if you watch high school basketball, it is very, very offensive centric, if that's a word. I mean, it's just. I was talking to one of the old coaches after the game last night, and I said, "What'd you think?" He said, "Nobody plays defense." I'm like,
"Yeah,
it's just,
totally.
It's not like it used to be." And in baseball, you see guys they hit, and then they can't make a routine,
or they strike out as many, a ton of times they can hit a long ball.
Yeah, they don't really emphasize defense because it's not the quote unquote sexy part of the game.
I would guess on that, especially in basketball, they don't put their mixtapes on playing defense.
No.
You know what I mean? It's I don't know. And to me, that's a coach's thing. As far as the team wise, that's a coach's thing. Is how your team plays defense or not. Sabonis, real quick, averaging 18, 12, and 4 for the Indiana Pacers. He is 38th in the league in scoring. If you're wondering about that. All right. I did want to go back to the Hornets thing last night and look at that halftime score real quick. Terry, the good news is they only gave up 43 in the second half. Clamped them down.
Did.
Clamped them down. Vegas called and said, "What are you guys doing? Y'all can't score 160 tonight."
I think Ball had 27.
He did. They let him shoot every time he come down the floor.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what we've been saying. Fire it up, buddy.
Yes, they do.
Y'all are not going to beat us because we're going to outscore you.
Hornets won the other night when Tom's favorite player, Gordon Hayward, had 40-something, and you get those wings scoring. Terry Rozier gets 2 points, and Rozier 6. You're not winning the game.
How's Gordon Hayward all of a sudden my favorite player? I like Gordon Hayward. I never say he's my favorite player.
I was just saying, you the last week you said he was pretty good, so I was just saying he's your favorite.
He only scored, unfortunately, 6 last night.
It's from 6 to 40. There he is, so random. You have no idea what he's going to get, and at the end of the year, he'll
provides
average
leadership
20.
for that team, though.
I agree.
mean, he provides leadership for that
Think
team.
of it. Bridges had 11 assists.
I don't know how he has time to do warm-ups. He's fixing his hair for at
I
least
was,
20
God,
minutes
you
before the
stole
game.
what I was about to say. I was about to say he brings the most pomade on the team.
Not a hair out of place. For
It is
Gordon
not.
Hayward.
And it don't
Not
move
a
during
hair
the
out of
game.
play. It don't move during the game.
He could be the.
If I played now, my hair would be.
He could be old brother work. He could be old brother work. All right, JP. I wanted Mason to sit in that seat. I don't know if you kicked him out. Mason, you can go do what you're doing and come back in a minute. But I wanted you to sit there and tell him where to. You missed a break a minute ago, sir. And so I wanted him to know what button you was going if you had to go to the potty. So he needs to sit there and you need to tell him what to do. Got him? So that's not what you're supposed to be doing whenever you're doing there. Are you texting girls on your
He's trying to hunt
on
somebody's
your
name
beeper?
for JLP.
on JLP?
I'm playing Mario.
That's why you don't have a girlfriend, JB.
There you go.
You need to be texting girls,
There you
not
go.
playing
You don't know their
Mario.
name,
Come
you're
on now,
playing Mario.
JP. Come on now. Play the field. Be a player.
Golly. All right. Any other thoughts on the NBA before we get out of here, and we'll come back and do some football.
I just want some love from my Cavaliers that have started to get it together.
they're
Of course,
fourth.
they're going into the
Give you some
Okoro's,
love, man.
Okoro's going to the COVID protocol, so it's probably Cleveland. Every time they start doing well, something bad's going to happen. But I've been enjoying listening to their games. Allen's playing pretty well, and Okoro's playing well. Kevin Love's playing well. Garland's playing well. Ricky Rubio, what a great name! Ricky Rubio
is the guard?
well.
I can't think of
Can
his
you roll
name.
your tongue to say his name right?
What's that?
Can you
Is the
roll your
guard-
tongue to say
I
his name
can't.
right?
I cannot say it right. But
Is the guard coming back yet? I can't think of his name right now.
Sexton's not
Sexton.
coming back.
He's not. He's
I
done.
want to tell you something. Now, Tom, I know you're a Cleveland man, but and I won't quote what station all is, but you can turn AM and you can pick up Cleveland.
You can.
You sure can.
We don't
You
really.
can hear St.
It's not a
Louis from here
competitor,
sometimes.
Terry. It's 1100 AM. I mean,
Well,
you can pick it up.
It's-
But what I do is
cannot believe
from a
they even
source
play.
I will not name, but I can get the Cleveland games.
Yeah.
Tom, you guys got 8 players in double figures.
Yeah, I was just about to say
Yeah.
there.
Nobody averaging 20.
And I think
8 players in the team.
And I think that the key is Kevin Love, a superstar, a former superstar in this league.
We do got a quick topic.
has just accepted a kind of a 6-man role and coming in there, playing maybe 20, 25 minutes and just
19.8.
Yeah.
Is that not what
Yeah.
Kevin Love was when he first came in? 6 man?
I mean, now that you're not asking him,
Kevin Love's
you're
one of
not
the most
asking him to carry
underrated
the team.
players.
Yeah,
of
When he
all time.
wants to play.
He's 6'10".
When he wants
now
to play.
he does have he's had by his own admission he's had some things he's dealt with in his life, but I think that now that he doesn't have to carry the team, he can come in there and those young guys like Garland and all them can carry the team, and he can come in there and say, okay, here we get he against I can't remember if it was Miami or Houston. He had like 2 or 3 threes in a row. I mean, just coming in off the bench. So he's playing well and really helping out.
Years 3 through 4 in Minnesota, 20 and 15, 26 and 13, 18 and 14, 26 and 13. And then he went to Cleveland and LeBron wouldn't let him shoot. 16, 16, 19, 17. That's where he's been the rest of his career in high
And he's going to be one of those players that some people thrive not being the face.
Yeah, he doesn't have to be. And like I said, if you've
He's averaged 5 more rebounds a game than Draymond Green has.
That's not saying much.
So what are you saying?
That he averaged 5 more rebounds a game
He
than
can't.
Draymond Green.
But
has.
I think it's underestimated.
He might have as many championships.
You know, we throw it around. We throw it around too much with you. Well, you need to carry the team, or you need to do that. You need. I mean, that's a strain, man. That's asking a lot of any human being. And then you carry a team at the highest level, the ultimate competition.
That makes you a pro.
Okay, so
I'm just telling you.
Here's the big topic this week on the internet, of course, and everywhere. Ben Simmons, will he be traded? Where will he go? Blah, blah, blah. But Adrian Wojciechowski, he drops Woj bombs, what they call it on the internet. He's the insider. He's the Adam Schefter of the NBA. He come out the other day and tweeted that that the Sixers are looking for another top 25 player for Ben Simmons. 2 problems with that. 1, who said he's a top 25 player? And 2, who would give up a top 25 player for him? There's only 30 teams in the league. That means I'm going to give up my best player, if not the second best player on my team, for Ben Simmons, who can't shoot, won't shoot.
You know what sounds like a good deal?
What is he What is Daryl Morey talking about?
A number 1 pick. Give him a number
number
one pick. For
rumor
Ben
is he
Simmons.
wants your best. He wants your a top 25 player. Tom.
No, I think it's fair. A number 1 pick for Ben Simmons. You know why? Because you don't know what you're going to get with the number 1 pick, and you don't know what you're going to get with Ben Simmons.
If you were going to guess, Tom,
could be good, could be bad.
What would you guess Ben Simmons' career numbers were? Points, rebounds, and assists.
Points, I'd say probably 50. He's probably 15, 10, and assists. Points, rebounds, assists.
Yeah,
maybe I don't know. Assists. Maybe 5 or 6 assists a game.
All right, if you round up 16, 8, and 8.
I was close.
So his career is 15.9. His best ever is 16.9. Okay? So just on that alone, and you're wanting a top 25 player, just whatever you measure a top 25 player is, this isn't the only measure I'm about to put, but I'm going to put it this way. If you're trading someone who averages 16.9 points, which is his career best, that means he is not even in the top 50 in scoring in the NBA. 50 players average more than 16.9. His career average of 15.9 would put him at 61st, one spot behind the great Seth Curry.
Who's on his team?
Yes. They don't.
So you can't
right.
trade for him. He's on your team already.
Right.
Can't
Zach,
trade for him.
who, realistically, you're any other team, not Daryl Morey, and he calls and says something stupid like that. What would you realistically trade for a Ben Simmons? To me, and this is what I, what we talked a little bit last week. Not if I don't want to talk Hornets, but a type player is a guy like Hayward who averages about the same, who's got a bigger contract in his 15 or 20s. You can't come up and give somebody. Here's people average over 25 players. We'll just go to scoring players. Jeremy Grant, LaMelo Ball, Tyler Heroes, C.J. McCollum, James Harden, De'Aaron Fox, Gilgeous Alexander, Anthony Edwards, Bradley Beal, Damian Lillard, Devin Booker, Anthony Davis, Brandon Ingram, Karl Anthony Towns, Devin Mitchell, and you know the top 10's better than Ben Simmons.
He mentioned.
So who you trading there?
He mentioned a number 1 pick.
I'd say a number 1 pick.
He said number 1 pick. The other thing that I would, the other thing
non-lottery number 1 pick.
The other thing
that you wouldn't even give him a bad team lottery pick.
Not a
lottery. I would. The other thing I would mull over if I was an NBA team that did not have a good record year in and year out, and I had a longer in the tooth superstar, and I wanted to get younger with it, I might do that. Or even with the Blazers, would you give up C.J. McCollum?
No.
To put him with Damon Lillard?
No.
This is what I would say.
McCollum's averages
because McCollum at the end of the game is going to produce for you,
and you got to bench. And you got to bench Simmons.
Who's going to want Simmons? Somebody's going to want Simmons if they feel they're missing one more piece. They want somebody to play a little defense. But okay, well, if I'm a contender, I'll trade you my number 1 pick if it's in the 20s, because that's a crapshoot. You could get somebody good, or you can get a bust. Yeah. So because that's the same thing. Simmons, you get Simmons, you don't know. I mean, he may play 3 games and say, I'm not into it. I got to take 2 weeks off. I mean, it is what it is. So that's what I would say. I would take a chance as a contender. I'll give you my top pick. Give me Simmons. And if it'll work, because how much money is he making? Is he making a ton of money, Kevin?
Who, Simmons?
Yeah,
Oh,
he's making
a ton of money, isn't he?
Yeah. I'll pull that up. Say, Terry, what do you think? I know. I'm guessing Boston's not interested.
No,
but what would you, what do you look? Realistically, what are you offering him? I mean, they're crazy asking for top 25, isn't he? Did you hear anybody in that?
They're probably shooting for the moon and getting what they can
So
get.
I want a stable
I want
top 25 player, but I'll trade him for your unstable top 60 player.
He's 61st in scoring. But give me your best stable player.
No.
Terry, what do you think?
I don't know. I just think he's a grown man who's had his feelings hurt last year and then really got him hurt when Doc took him out at the end of games. And I just don't think, first of all, you got to prove yourself again. And that's hard to believe. But Ben Simmons, when he come in there, I've always one of those that sat in here and said, look, he's not that good anyway because I said State beat him. When he was playing at LSU, because I never believed in him. And is he great on defense? Yeah, he's going to be he's going to help you there, but he's a tough guy to have in there at the end of the game because you know what's going to happen. And until he proves himself different, I don't know what you do. And you cannot give up a top 25 player for a guy who's going to falter when the game's on the line. And I don't know. I think that if you're looking, I don't know where they could go get somebody. I got a feeling it's going to have to be, and we keep talking about Hayward, but Charlotte's not going to give up Hayward for no Ben Simmons.
I don't think it's a good matchup anyway because we already got Ball.
Actually, I'd rather have it Simmons hand than Ball. I don't want him making decisions.
Yeah, Kevin would trade Ball for Simmons.
They average the same thing. So do you want one guy that plays defense or one guy that
I'd rather have
chucks
Ball.
up half-court shots?
Here's the difference in that. If it comes down to
they
at
already
the
got
end,
wing scoring.
Ball is a 90-some% scorer. He's going to score if you foul him.
That's
Simmons
true.
is not.
Yeah, I'd rather have Ball.
But let's look at as far as Hornets goes playing wise though, Zach. Follow me here. You got Bridges who can score from the wing. You got Hayward who can score from the wing. You got a short Terry Rozier who can get you 20. What can LaMelo Ball do that any of those can do besides make fancy passes? He's not as good a defender as any of them. He's not as good a scorer as them per se. If he's playing point guard right now, shooting the most shots. If you had a point guard who wasn't shooting the most shots, but still averaging 16 instead of 20, but still getting the same number of assists, more rebounds, and playing defense. Remember, the Charlotte Hornets are the worst defensive team in the NBA. Rock bottom. So would that not help more than what I'm not saying LaMelo is not going to have a good career. None of that right now. What I'm saying is, would that not help more than what LaMelo does? But take his name away. That would equate him to Westbrook. What's funny about Simmons, Terry, his career average is 15.9, right? There are currently 5 Charlotte Hornets averaging more points than Ben Simmons' career. 5. And you're wanting me to get... Now, remember, we're, 6th in the league? We were 6th in the East, and we were 10th before the week started with our 2 wins. So we moved up to 6th. So the 6th place team has 5 players who score more than your player that you want to give up a top 25 for. The math just don't add up to me on him at all on any of it, no matter who you want, whether it's Gordon Hayward or another team, whether Tom's got anybody in Cleveland they'd give up.
No.
See, there's your deal. I mean, nobody wants to do anything with him. Same thing with Kyrie Irving. Nobody wants him.
Too.
I mean, nobody wants them guys.
Trade them for each other.
And then Philadelphia, I don't blame them for doing what they're doing. I want the top thing I could get, but you're not going to get that. Nobody's going to give you that.
Well, that's why, Tom, I'm pulling up you're asking about the his salary. 4 years, 33 a year. 33 million.
And you were talking about trade for Hayward. Hayward don't even make that much.
No, he does not.
He's like 27 or something.
My thing has always been, and whether you agree with it or not,
that's how much money he's making. $33 million.
Yes.
Does he get paid even though he's not playing?
Yeah, there you go. He's getting paid right now.
Yeah.
No work, no
They
pay.
had talked about firing him, but I don't know if they ever did.
That's what I was taught. No work, no pay. No work, no pay. I don't know why you'd be getting paid when you're not.
Well, here's your real quick before we go to. I know we got to go to break. This is your NBA. I know y'all are looking at something over there, Tom. But here's your salaries in front of you on your screen. That's between the Sixers and the Hornets. you have to match up salaries because everyone is over the cap in the NBA.
What, Tobias Harris?
That's what I was thinking.
So you have to.
Pretty shocking.
So Philadelphia basically
Harris can play.
He can, but
Philadelphia has $68 million tied into those two. They've got $98 million, $99 million.
How is Drummond only making 1.6?
People.
Wow. Drummond comes in there and he gives them.
He cleans up, don't he?
Quality minutes. Minutes.
He's played really good this year.
Honestly, Tom, if I'm playing in my NBA 2K20, whatever it is, and I got Hayward sitting there at 29, I'm trying to move that contract for about anybody. I wouldn't want to move it for Ben Simmons' contract. No, I 100% agree with you. I wouldn't trade that at all. What I'm saying, that's just the type of player that you look for, that you have to match up for, is a guy who's in mid-range and scoring, but still is overpaid, and that's a Gordon Hayward.
As bad
type.
as we needed a middle person, why don't we go out and get Drummond?
That's a good point too. For $1
that
million,
amount of money,
Zach,
give him 10.
Zach,
I'm gonna tell you
free
the
agents
truth.
don't come to Charlotte.
But give him 10.
Go ahead, Terry.
If you're going to look at this and you look at Cody Martin for the Hornets, he's well worth what they're paying him. No more money he's making.
Yeah,
1.8.
That's true too.
Yeah.
Well, he's playing more than their stupid draft pick is. One of the teams that rumored is Minnesota. Actually, I don't know how the money would work out with that. Patrick Beverly and would have to leave, definitely, and maybe Malik Beasley, but they're not getting any of the other guys. And I wanted to mention last night real quick, Karl Anthony Towns against Anthony Davis. There's a replay of it. I'll show you if I can find it, guys, later. He took it into Davis's chest. Did you see it, Zach?
I did not.
He took it to his chest and did a little baby hook floater over him. And Terry, he turned around and looked at the Lakers bench and gave him the "he's too small." Talk about Anthony Davis. Cat gave him the Anthony Davis is too small for him signal. So, all right, let's try this. JP, are you ready to talk Mason through this? All right. Are you ready? In 5. We'll be back on KDCBroadcasting.com in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Here's some good news. It's 2 for 1. Two good companies have now become one great company. Hopper Heating and Air in Shelby and Shelby Heating and Air have combined their businesses to become Shelby Heating and Air. David Hopper invites you to call on them for all of your heating and air conditioning needs with name brands like Carrier and Goodman, plus complete service and repair. Shelby Heating and Air and Hopper Heating and Air. Now one. Give them a call at 704-487-7877 today. Make the most of this shopping season with a fixed-rate Visa credit card from Carolina Federal Credit Union in Cherryville. Rates as low as 10.9% and 1% cash back plus rewards. Find out more and apply at carolinafcu.org/Visa or visit the branch at 1200 East Church Street in Cherryville.
The hippie holidays from the groovy people at My Green Room, Spindale, North Carolina.
Have a holly jolly Christmas.
Make this holiday season more holly and jolly by including My Green Room, 195 West Main Street, Spindale. My Green Room's the 12 days of Christmas, spotlighting a different product every day. My Green Room is the area's leading cannabis dispensary and hip store with the largest selection of Delta 8 products you'll find anywhere. Now offering delivery in Rutherford County, taking credit cards, and providing gift certificates, the perfect Christmas gift. You can also donate to the Toys for Tots Drive, and be sure to register for the KTC Broadcasting $1,000 Christmas shopping spree, worth the drive from Shelby, Cherville, Lincolnton, anywhere. And don't forget, you can connect with us online. It's mygreenroom.net. Again, mygreenroom.net, as well as our Facebook page and also on Twitter.
James River Equipment Company in Shelby reminds us that Christmas is a time of year for remembrance. They take stock of where we came from. Let's all pursue the future with hope. We wish you a promising new year with love, hope, and joy. Spread this message to all. This Christmas wish from everyone at James River Equipment Company, located at 703 North Post Road in Shelby. Call 704-669-2706.
Cherryville Area Ministries and Thrift Shop would like to say happy holidays to each and every one. Thank you for all your support, and may this holiday be your best. Merry Christmas and happy holidays. Cherryville Area Ministries and Thrift Shop, 212 North Mountain Street in Cherryville. Call 704-335-3816.
Everyone at Carter Chevrolet in Shelby hopes you have a fantastic Christmas and a happy New Year. May the holiday season fill your home with joy and your heart with love and your life with laughter. May all these and more be yours this Christmas season. Again, we wish you a fun-filled holiday season. And Merry Christmas to all from everyone at Carter Chevrolet, 200 West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Online at carterchevyofshelby.com.
Hello, we are back with Kevin and the gang. I'm going to open.
He looked at JP for help.
When he couldn't remember,
I wish I had the video.
When he couldn't remember
Well, to be honest, I told him he could either,
That's not your fault,
bring him back
Mason.
or
It's
have
not
me
your
bring
fault.
it back. So I mean, this was his first time to bringing him
JP
back.
tells
so,
him, bring him.
I'm trying.
He looked at him and JP says, "Kevin and the gang."
Well, I've said so many different things. What do you expect me to say?
I love you guys. Y'all are awesome. Y'all are just awesome. Happy Saturday, hey guys. Merry Christmas. We're 1 week away, and there's a 99.9% chance we will not have a show next Saturday, no matter how bad Terry wants to do it.
No, it's not Terry. It's Kevin.
It's what? Terry's got grandchildren.
I was getting ready to say.
Zach's got
What's that got
kids.
to do with anything?
I think we can all come to a consensus that Saturday morning sports talk will be postponed for 1 week due to the Christmas holiday.
Now, it could be JP. Terry, I tell you what, you and JP can come in here next Saturday. I'm gonna give him the passcode.
Okay, JP, me and you got it, buddy.
As long as there's a check, Terry's got.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I have plans on Christmas Day.
Wait a minute.
Oh my God! Gonna get you some honey,
JP. If I pay you to explain Star Wars to Terry for 2 hours next Saturday, you're saying you wouldn't do that?
No, I would do it.
Okay, that's what.
But I go ahead and tell you, it's going to have to be a massive amount of money because I got to tell
Same thing
you,
you get every
Terry's
Saturday.
going
What do you
to
mean
he's going to be
massive?
sitting in a chair watching all 9 movies.
You got 2 hours, you dodo. You have to explain it to him on the show in 2
You gonna be
hours.
able to do?
I
all
will
that?
You have
let
to
him
radio
watch
show,
episode
yeah.
3 and then explain the entire universe to him.
Oh gosh, that's your strategy.
That's the only strategy I have.
You know.
Hey, there's not much I can do. Look, I'm still on the Imperial Handbook of the box set of Jedi Path, Sith book, and all the other Star Wars books. I can only explain so much until he stops listening to me.
Well, if
Okay,
any,
did you
if,
get
any
any of
lady,
that?
if any ladies were interested in you, JP, they just all of a sudden just said no.
Actually, there is one.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
And she does
he's
love
got a
Star Wars.
lady. He's got a
And
Star
and
Wars
superheroes.
lady.
Star Wars. So listen, Tom.
So yeah,
you
there
were
is a
wrong.
girl out there.
Hey,
There
JP.
is a girl out there.
JP, just lean. Hold on, JP. Hold on. We got to do this, JP. Hold on. We got to do this, JP. I want you to lean into the microphone and say, "Player."
Player.
Holy cow!
Don't ask me to do something, Kevin. I'm going to go all out with it.
You've got
Player.
to record it down.
Hey, now I want you to do, JP, because right now, this time, Monday afternoon, Andre's going to be laughing. Just say you're welcome.
Yeah,
Andre.
I know that.
Say you're welcome. Say you're welcome, Andre.
Well, 2 weeks from now, when we come back, that's going to be on every one
Bad
of
Pics.
Oh, God.
Player. Okay. Oh,
You know what? You could make that for whoever wins the picks.
yes.
Have JP say it.
That's
For Tom or Terry, it's player.
That's YouTube. That's YouTube gold. Is all I know. YouTube gold. All right.
well, I wanted to say something before we go to our picks. I know we've been doing this, and last week I said, okay, we got to quit because some people are missing weeks, and I decided to go by percentage.
That's fine.
Now.
That's what you should be.
I mean.
So where we at?
Okay. Well, in first, that's me. 125, 70, and 1. 63.7%. Kevin's coming in second at 60% at 111, 73, and 1. Tom's coming in next at 57% at 113, 84, and 1. And Zach, which got basically started about in the middle, is 54.2 at 45, 37, and 1.
Now, I got one request.
I can't let the FNG beat me out here. Come on, I got to make sure that I beat somebody.
Terry, I got one question on that.
I'm listening.
Mine is clearly only NFL. I want to know y'all's NFL percentages because y'all get y'all's boosted by these college games.
No, Kevin,
No,
that's
this
NFL,
is just
dude.
NFL.
Oh, I thought you were talking about
No,
overall.
this is
So what's your colleges?
Huh?
He
Well,
had
college
to
is over.
ahead,
Yeah,
no?
it's over.
I just
now.
wanted to, who won that, Tom? You got
I
me.
did.
I didn't.
Yeah, 8-5-1.
Who, you?
Yeah.
Oh, you went by a week like that?
Yeah,
Somebody's
we went by
telling
weeks.
him who to pick. He doesn't. I mean, listen to what this man says. He don't.
Tom, do I get them right? Okay,
Somebody's
never mind.
telling you what to
Never mind. Tom, I told you when we went total college overall that I was going to beat you.
You won't beat me next year. There's always next year.
All right. It's time for bad picks. It's not a long one. It's only 3 minutes long this week. So Zach, go ahead and hit computer. This one is the one I got to hit. All right, here we go. This is this week's bad picks. Like I said, it's not too long, folks. So stay with us. Pretty funny, good one. Tom questions life in this one, I would say.
Are y'all drunk or high?
Both.
Is marijuana
It's
legal in
Saturday
North Carolina?
morning. Should be.
Is this a sports show?
Monday.
Bad picks.
It is hard. Why do I have to go first?
Hey, Mason,
They've
come in
played
here.
it. They've played well.
Bengals.
You're gonna have him pick.
Yeah. I need you to come pick a game for me. I'll let JP pick one.
You don't even have to have any experience on what the teams
come on,
are.
come on.
49ers at the bank.
This is how much of a, this is how much of a crapshoot it is.
Okay. I have to go to Bengals playing at home.
Zach?
Who's the home team? Bengals are the home team?
Bengals
I
are
thought
home.
you said
They
49ers
lost last week.
If
at
Bengals
home.
are the home team, I'll take the Bengals.
All right.
Overtime.
Mason, I've got the
Yeah, I
San
watched
Francisco 49ers at the Cincinnati Bengals. San Francisco favored by 1. Who do you pick for me in this ball game? Mason says it's the 49ers because it's the number. So, hey, we've all have a reason. Tom picked a team
Y'all
last
are
week because he's got a
0-3
kid in this class who likes him. So, it's just as good
Yeah,
a reason as
you're
any.
good.
Just stay
That's
right there.
good
I got
enough,
one
buddy.
more for you.
You're right on the page with Tom.
49ers win 26-23 over the Bengals.
Bad picks.
You pay $20 in tolls
It is
and
a horrible
$50 to park for a $15 seat. Let's go with the Jets. If they win, it's going to be at
And
home.
you had to tip the guy who pumped
And you
your
had to tip the
gas,
guy.
Tom, because you can't
Yeah.
pump your gas in
And
Jersey.
you probably
either.
got in a fist fight with a drunk guy on the way into the stadium. So, Jets win this one.
All right, Tom, you just lost. Saints.
Aints.
Saints.
I'm going with Tom on this one. I think the Joe Namath are going to win the game.
The fighting Joe Namath.
Saints win 30-9 over the Jets.
Bad picks.
Washington.
You just lost.
Who'd you
We'll
go with,
see.
Zach?
I went with Washington.
I wouldn't elaborate because I want to make sure I win.
I don't like anybody predicting a win.
I'm with Tom on this one, folks.
Cowboys about flubbed that one.
That's all I'm going to say. I don't want to elaborate.
All I know is
Washington.
it's like this.
Cowboys win 27-20 over the Washington football team.
Bad
He
picks.
about messed that up.
Bills have to win this game to get back.
It's
And they don't
another
want to
good
go 2 down to Belichick in the rain. I think the Bills win this game.
Buccaneers win 33-27 over the Bills.
Bad picks.
I'm going to go with Cardinals.
Terry.
I already wrote mine down. Cardinals.
Tommy.
Rams got to have this game.
Go ahead and take them.
Cardinals.
But this the
I was
Odell
hoping
Beckham
you were saying
curse. I
four.
can't pick them
But
anymore.
I think Odell's has torpedoed this team as well.
Hey, had a touchdown catch last game.
That's cute. Cardinals will win again, I think.
Rams win 30-23 over the Cardinals.
Those are some bad picks.
You know, we went 8-1 when we picked all the way across. The
I know
board.
we did. I can't. Well, I sat down.
We
I was like,
did well.
This is going to be really good, or really bad. And since I know I did good, I'm guessing everybody else
Yeah.
did too.
Yeah.
So that's why only 3 minutes long on that segment this week. So we'll start in the college football section of the world here on well, we had a game last night. Y'all were talking about it earlier. The Fancy Chickens beat the what are they, Huskies of Northern Illinois?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what they are now? But one so there's that, and this is what I kind of want to talk about a little bit today and see. We used to talk about this on the podcast, I know, quite a bit, Zach, with Hunter and Dion. Did you guys see this story? I know I sent it to Tom. The number one recruit in the nation was supposed to go to Florida State. Deion Sanders, coach at Jackson State, who's 11-1 and plays today at noon. HBCU, and when we talked about originally on the name, image, likeness act, if you remember, I used to say once they do this should allow some of the HBCUs to be able to compete a little bit, because then you don't have all the under the table money that people do allows the smaller schools not to be able to compete. I believe if it's over the table, and you are showing what's going on, I believe then they will be able to, because they're going to have different types of people in different types of places, whether it's App, whether it's one of these schools. You never know who a donor is, right? That went to one of these schools. Barstool Sports is going to sponsor the young man for $1.5 million. Is going to be his sponsorship. So he's going to Jackson State, so he'll get his. They're learning from Deion Sanders, playing under Deion. He'll get his degree, and $1.5 million from Barstool Sports.
I have an opinion on that now.
I'm sure you do. Go ahead.
Me and a good friend of mine
That's
was
not how you
speaking.
start a sentence, Terry.
Yeah, we were talking about this past week of how this is, and he brought up a good point. If you are going to bet on yourself, then I don't give you a scholarship. You have an option. Either you can take my scholarship that I'm giving you.
That's fine.
Or you can bet on yourself and go with whoever's going to give you whatever. But not after the first year. If you're going to take your scholarship, Tom, then you're on your own. I'm never going to give you one, even if it flops. You're on your own. That's how this ought to be approached now.
Well, Terry, the scholarship system, I guess, is supposed to use for kids who can't pay for it anyway. So he's got $1.5 million. He can afford his tuition, and I have no problem with that free market approach to that whatsoever. So yeah, whatever. I would much rather give it to one of the kids who's practicing every day, who's never going to touch the field, and give him
them
that
walk-ons that you have that make
absolutely.
That end up with a scholarship after a year or so.
What's bad about it, at this point, some of them they should all be paid for with the endowments that these schools have in general. I don't you can't. They've got so much money coming through that they could just give all those guys. Terry, how many scholarships is the football team? Do you know? Are we just guessing 50 something? If I said that,
I think it's more than that.
Is it actually more? Is
I
it
think
75?
That's what I was thinking. It's either
I know they got 100 to
110
110 on the rosters usually.
When you get in trouble, they cut them. I know that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah. Terry, I'm fine on that. I'm happy that and like Tom texts back that things can change. We're sitting here, guys, with Cincinnati in the Final Four right now.
Guys, you're allowed 85 scholarships.
Okay. Well, I knew it was up there high.
That's everybody on the team. If you need more players than that, then everybody gets 80.
But you know what used to have?
I know you're
going to get into this. I know you're going to. This is why Nick Saban and the big boys don't like it.
They're mad
because what used to happen is, since I have 85 scholarships, hey Zach, come to Alabama. You got a potential to be a starter. Do I really? Yeah, I could see you starting as a sophomore. You come to Alabama, which is really, I know you could start at Mississippi State, but I don't want you at Mississippi State because then you can compete with me. So you come on to Alabama. I've got you stashed on my roster, and then you play special teams. Why not let these kids go somewhere? Now they can't do that. That's why they're mad. They can't do that anymore. You can't just stash.
Dabo is complaining about the transfer portal, not the paying the kids. But
that's
he's
what I'm
also
talking
said,
about.
but he's also
Yeah.
said before that if you start paying him, that he's out, and so I'm waiting on him to quit any day.
How much are you getting paid, Dabo?
$10
How much?
million a
What'd they
year.
give? Gosh, what's the guy at Oklahoma? I already forgot his name. The guy that the company
Lincoln Riley?
Right,
Is that who it
right.
was?
How much they give him? Private jets, $10 million. Blah blah blah. And then Lane Kiffin was talking about it. Lane, you got $7.5 million coming your way, son. How are you going to complain about these kids?
Why?
Taking now, the big thing was Texas is paying their linemen $50,000 a year. So this is, this is. But how can you tell a kid that when you're making millions and you leave like a thief in the night? Brian Kelly leaves like a thief in the night. Nick Saban did it,
and they still get paid.
Lincoln Riley did it.
But you have the
They
option
all
to leave
leave-
too, though.
They
Tom.
all leave
nowadays.
like yeah, but
You
they're
don't have to stay
criticizing.
there.
Well, what I'm saying, they're criticizing the kids for doing it.
That's why they're going there, because Saban and all them people are there. Dabo. That's why they're going there. Lincoln Riley, Kelly. That's why you're going
Yeah,
there.
but if Dabo recruits your son and tells him you're probably going to be a starter your sophomore year, and there you are on the kickoff team, I'm going to the transfer portal too, and I'm not even going to suit up 5 games because I'm not burning a year of eligibility. I'm going to enter the transfer
You have
portal
that option
and
now.
go somewhere. Right, but that's
So I don't
missing,
wanna hear
you're
that no
missing
more.
the point.
Terry,
They don't like that.
Terry,
Dabo
he's
and-
just
and
saying that
they don't
Dabo
like
shouldn't
that.
be complaining about
They
it.
don't complain about that.
Is that he
Don't-
has nothing to complain about?
Don't complain about it because
He should be
people,
happy. Honestly, if you're in it for the kids like they say they are, shouldn't
They're
you be
not.
happy for the
They're not.
kid? They're not happy for the kid. They're happy they might lose a
Kevin,
game.
complete the sentence. Complete this sentence.
Okay.
America is the land of
The free and the home of the brave.
You're terrible.
I thought you were going
Zach,
to say the mask.
America is the land of opportunity.
I thought the free.
Land of the free and the
America
home.
But
is the
it's
land of
national anthem.
opportunity.
Land of the free and home of the
Opportunity.
brave.
So why
And
are
I'm
we,
going
why-
to
why-
Alabama to get all the money I can for coaching, because I'm going to bring in the top recruits.
Right, but when
that
they
you
leave,
can
don't
ever,
cry.
Well,
when they leave,
Don,
don't cry.
Okay, no big deal.
America is the land of opportunity, not just for
Because
Nick Saban.
I can leave, too.
It's not just Nick Saban or Dabo Sweeney. It's the opportunity of these young men. The kid for Texas left Ohio State, number 1 recruit in the nation. Do I blame him? Am I mad? No. You're the number 1 recruit in the nation.
Oklahoma
son. Go
quarterbacks
play.
left. I mean,
I would
they
like
have
to solve-
opportunity. It's all free now.
But it used to not be. That's what they're complaining about, Terry. I'm not saying that the opportunity is denied. Don't get mad because a young man is taking advantage of his opportunity like old Nicky Saban does. So Nick Saban, Dabo Sweeney, all you old guys.
Do
I don't
you
wanna hear it.
think
I don't want to hear it.
Dabo's? I mean, Saban's not worrying about that.
Yeah,
I'll
he
go-
is.
No,
Look
he's
at him.
not.
He
I'll
said,
go get
"You
somebody
made, you
this
made a
coming year.
commitment to this university, young man, and all that crap."
So where teams like Clemson, Ohio State, Alabama, who I think I could be wrong. We can revisit in 10 years, but I think they could be in trouble the way Florida State and Florida
They may
and Miami
be.
have been.
They may be.
Now, I think Miami can resurface, and all of my opinion on this is based on the transfer and the name, image, likeness. Whether or not Lincoln Riley is a good coach, they've got a crap ton of money in Los Angeles. Whether or not whoever it is good in Miami, they can figure it out if they get the right people because they can get the money in there. Maybe a New York team starts being good. This is a way you can get these guys, and like you said, the 3rd or 4th guy sitting in Ohio State, the 7th wide receiver could be starting in North Carolina
Right.
or wherever.
Right.
And they're very scared of it. That's the little dogs are clucking that they're upset that they're worried they're going to transfer out and they have to actually compete. Terry, what happened to Urban Meyer? What happened to all these college coaches that come up in the NFL and they're like, oh, we have to compete every week, not once every 7 weeks.
Well, think
and
about
so
it.
they don't actually like competition. If Dabo went to Clemson, did good. Let me put that on him. If Nick Saban liked competition, he wouldn't be at Alabama, at LSU, and then leave after Miami as soon as they start losing games. He doesn't like competition at all. And so what you're saying, Tom, is that I agree with. They shouldn't complain. And I don't think any of them should complain. At this point now that anybody can leave, I can go wherever I want. No players, no coaches, no what. The only problem, in Terry, the thing with the coaches and what it used to be is what Tom was saying, is that I can get you to come to my school, stash you for 4 years, you never play a down.
Mm-hmm. And you might be really good.
And you're good enough to start at NC State or North Carolina. You could have had 4 glorious years at one of these schools. But instead, it's more advantageous for me and Nick Saban to recruit you, tell you might start, and have you in as a backup.
Look at Mark Henry and Mark Ingram and Derrick Henry.
The Rock.
Mark Ingram and Derrick Henry playing, on the same team 1 year apart. If one of them would have went to Auburn, one of them, Alabama on the transfer portal, that would have been really good for the SEC
Are there conference rules on the
It's a
transfer?
big difference.
Do I now?
I'm not familiar with exactly how the portal works. Are there conference rules on it?
You know what? I know is you enter the transfer portal,
Right.
and then you exit somewhere else. I mean, I don't know.
And then there's no
I'm not
layoff
gonna
anymore,
profess
right?
to know
I mean, like basketball used to have a year layoff. Now it's
that would dissuade you from. And I think
there is still there is
there?
still, yeah.
I know there was,
unless you're going up and down.
But you can get the because Justin Fields got the exemption. Remember,
I think you can go straight on now.
Just go
Am I
straight
right?
on out.
I think you can.
And,
I think that open up.
I read
portal is
something the
for
other day
anybody.
that one of the guys had to sit out because the school he was going to.
And
I don't
here's
know.
this.
I'm not sure. Like I said, none of us are.
And here's this: if you lose a recruiting battle, and 2 years later, you can get these guys after they have had 2 years of coaching and come in your program. Well, he didn't come 2 years ago, but now here he is.
Yeah,
and you can get, in addition to your recruits, you can build back very quickly.
But I'm also what Zach was talking about a minute ago. He was talking about whether you go to Alabama and I'm Henry or any one of them.
Right.
I'm looking at my front line. If I know I'm going to Alabama and them guys are going to protect me and I'm going to have all kind of yards, why am I going to go there when I could have went to Auburn and maybe got beat up over there? I'm not going there. I'm going to go to Alabama because I know that front line
Did
up
you just
there
say
is
you'd
going to
rather
help
be
me.
third string than a starter?
What's that?
He
Did
doesn't
you just
make the most
say you would
rational
rather be a
sense.
third stringer
Yeah,
than
he
a
doesn't
starter?
make
I guess so.
No, Terry. Terry.
Everybody has their own
Terry,
way.
quit thinking like a middle-aged man.
I'm not.
You got to
I'm
think
not.
like a young
You tell me
kid.
these guys don't think about that? Yes, they do.
Okay, young man, 19-year-old kid, 3 or 4 star recruit.
Why
Do you
am I
want to
gonna
go be
go
a
to
third
Alabama?
stringer? Yeah,
Oh.
man, I want to go be a third stringer at Ohio State, and instead of starting at Wake Forest.
At least I know
Nobody
if
wants to
I
do
go
that.
to
Nobody
Alabama,
wants
I can't
it
tell
might
the
not be
girls
my
at the
first
party
year.
I'm third string.
No.
You can tell them that. You can lie to them, though.
I do
Hey,
know
you can lie to the
Saban.
girls at the party.
Second
I'm
string,
starting
turned
next
his
week.
ankle.
And if you forget her name,
Yeah,
and if you
okay.
forget her name, you say, I'm starting next week, honey.
Yeah.
I'm
I
starting
do
next
know
week.
when I go to Alabama, I'm either going to start as a sophomore or as a junior. That's going to happen. If I go to Auburn, they more worried about defense than they worried about offense. So I'm not going. So I go to Auburn and I'm a starter. I get no yards. Okay, what
Bo
did that help
Jackson
me?
didn't get any yards.
That didn't help me
Cadillac
none.
Williams didn't get any yards.
Yeah, they
Auburn
few
didn't
and
win
far
the national
between.
championship in
Few
2010
and
or
far
whatever.
between a
Terry, I
Bo
don't even know
Jackson.
what you're on right
Terry.
now as far as like what's your
I
blood
brought him
book
this
for?
bottle.
he was missing his
Is there
ham.
liquor in that bottle?
He was missing his ham out of his omelet.
Western Kentucky plays Appalachian State
There's a blowout.
this morning,
Who is it now?
11
yeah,
a.m.
blowout city.
at the Boca Raton
Oh, yeah.
Bowl at FAU Stadium,
That's
Florida
pitiful.
Atlantic in Boca Raton, Florida. At favored by 2.5.
I can't believe that line's
Terry.
only 2.5.
Wow.
Terry, who you got?
Appalachian wins going away at least
I'm gonna
by
pick these for
at
fun.
least by 14.
Appalachian's gonna win. Tommy.
They'll remain unbeaten.
Appalachian State. As much as it pains me to say that.
Appalachian State.
We've never beat y'all. I don't know why you don't like us. We beat your rival. We ended your rival. Then y'all let them back in and let them dance all over the place.
But this team right here beat his team, so it don't
You're
matter.
tieless.
Once every 20 years isn't bad.
Oh,
Terry.
he's got. Is that his Michigan hat?
Once every 20 years. You just now notice he's got on a
I can't see it
Michigan
from
hat.
over here. I can't see the.
He's
logo.
the only man.
It's
in
on
the
the
It's
state
all
of-
about giving back, Tom.
He's the only native North Carolinian that wears a Michigan.
Terry has a Michigan hat where the logo's on the side, and the only person at the table that can see it is the Ohio State fan.
It's his Christmas present.
See, but the thing is,
Terry, turn for the camera.
the difference,
Turn for the camera.
the
There you go.
difference between the difference between me and him is like I
He's a
wear.
child.
This is my team. I wear my team. He'll just do stuff, random stuff. I wear Terry. You wear your team.
I've never
I
seen
do
him.
wear
I've
my
never,
team.
I've never seen him wear a Redskins shirt. I will
Right,
say that.
Right. You
Or a
wear
Duke,
your
or a
team.
Tar
Or a
Heels, what you
Carolina
wear.
fan shirt. Yeah, none of that I wear.
Like say that I don't know. Say that I always crap talk Appalachian State. Say like Carolina beats NC State. I mean Carolina beats Appalachian. You're not going to see me with a Carolina shirt on just to rub it in
Yeah, you
Kevin's
would.
face.
Yes, you would.
No, no, you don't do that.
So Tom,
Terry.
does Lance Ware need to go ahead and fill out the transfer portal papers for Malachi Hamrick when we run them out of Boone next fall? when him and Santana Hopper just say, "Oh, Malachi, you and Mac get on down that hill." Congratulations to the kids. I'm just playing, of course. Malachi Hamrick signing with North Carolina. He is a stud athlete.
He's good.
And Santana Hopper to App State. He's going to hopefully he'll help anchor our defensive line.
The boy that was in the state championship last week is going to Appalachian State.
Yes, he is, baby.
Pretty good.
And they're wondering if he's going to go somewhere else, but the running back.
He'll go to App for a year, then he'll be in Alabama in 2023. Hopefully not.
I've never saw him physically, but what I heard,
we may have
he played well.
Yeah, I listened to the game. It was just like
Shelby's defense.
He was like,
now Justin Hill put some yardage on in that one.
Matter of fact, the whole first half, nobody from Shelby knew anything, but this dude run over him.
He was good.
But now
he's good.
Shelby,
they
I'm gonna
adjusted.
tell you, oh yeah, Shelby adjusted, and that 11-second score destroyed.
Zach, is that not what I texted you was going to happen?
Yep.
Tom, is that not what they've done all year? They've had a couple of close games at the half. They go in, look at what you're doing. They make one or two defensive adjustments, and the rest of the game you haven't got to play. I don't know how many nights we talked on Friday nights this year because they were leaky in the first half, and then every second half done. And I text Zach, he's like, they're running all over him. I couldn't watch it because my brother-in-law's TV went out, so I'm listening. Zach's texting me, and I'm like, second half they'll make adjustments, be careful, and then boom.
They did a
did
really
they get any
awesome
points in the
job.
second half? They got one
did
at the end or something.
That was the longest first half I'd ever seen.
I'm just going to go ahead and tell
It took forever.
Well, I boycotted the broadcast because I don't believe in monopoly. I believe in opportunity and competition. Right. So I listened to Brent and Jeff, but it just
I wanted to see the kid run, and I was listening to it.
I was texting Brent. I was like, I'm impressed that it's this close. I'm impressed that the Shelby run defense was that porous.
Yeah. As good as they are up front.
Yeah, as good as they are up front. Because I said on the show, I said they shouldn't be able to run on Shelby, and they did for a long time. They did until it got, like Kevin said.
But they were hitting. They were hitting outside.
I told
you
y'all the week before Saturday, I was like, you can scheme and maybe kind of deal with, if you can. Malachi and Santana make plays, but with the guys up that close, if those safeties don't fill those holes on that wing, and it's going to be trouble. If they haven't seen it, and it was when you play a really good team, those safety, you've got the safeties have to make the tackles almost every play when they run that wing. It's you got to fill the hole, and then there's nobody behind you if you miss. That's what's tough about it.
And we've seen it before, and this has been a while back. But if you guys remember, I know y'all remember Gurley when Lincoln went up there with a really good football team.
He's pretty good.
And Gurley showed up, and we're like, I could remember listening to that game. Like, who is this guy?
Gurley's thighs was as big as some guy's waist.
Now,
I'm gonna tell you,
you can't say Lincoln didn't have the biggest player on the field though.
Yeah.
Was it Roseboro? But still, he showed, I mean, we took a really good football team up there and got.
He looked like, have you ever seen that Andy Reid video, the punt, pass, and kick?
Lord.
That's what
when
Roseboro
you try to
looked like
that
against
guy,
the
it's like
kids.
tackling a tree.
All right, UTEP against Fresno State, 2:15 today. Fresno State favored by 11.5.
Fresno.
This is the New Mexico Bowl.
Yeah, Fresno.
They're just meeting in the middle. Texas, El Paso, and Fresno State. There, Zach, who you got?
Let's go Fresno State.
Hey, y'all went over for 3. Y'all went all 3. I'll go UTEP on this one. Go Miners. Tom picked them 1 week, so I'll pick them this week. The UAB Blazers against the BYU Cougars in the Alphabet Bowl. Yeah. BYU favored by 6.5.
Need to be about 16.
I agree. For you guys, y'all can see, don't you?
Yeah, BYU.
BYU
same here.
Blowout.
Yeah, that's
blowouts.
Yeah,
unfair.
Good job.
$14.
That was very similar to the App State game.
Yeah, I go BYU. Eastern Michigan at Liberty. Liberty favored by 9.5 in Mobile, Alabama Bowl.
Liberty.
Tom, are you going to go with Liberty today?
Liberty. Yeah, I picked Liberty on my pick 'em. Yeah, Liberty.
I'm going to go with Liberty also. We're losing that game.
Yeah, I'll go Eastern Michigan on 4 of those across the board. Utah State against Oregon State. This is a toughie. Utah State winning their conference.
And down 7 in the line here.
Mm-hmm.
I think I went with Utah State's one of those ones that you can never figure out.
Go ahead and take them.
I think you've missed 11 straight weeks of Utah State.
I know, I have.
It seems like they've been whatever.
Go ahead and take them.
Isn't this the Jimmy Kimmel Bowl?
Yes,
it is.
Yes, it is.
How do you have a Jimmy Kimmel? How's that happen? How does a man sponsor a bowl?
Tom, we're asking you make a pick. We didn't ask you to go in detail.
No,
about
I'm
this
just
bowl.
asking. How do you get a bowl named after a man? Let's be like the Terry
Is
Reinhardt
it a cereal bowl? Is it a toilet bowl?
I will go with Utah State.
Good. I'm taking Oregon State.
No, you take whoever you want.
You lost.
I'm going to go with Utah State.
You don't even know who Jimmy Kimmel is.
I know who Jimmy
You don't
Kimmel
even know who
is.
Jimmy
I'm
Kimmel
going
is.
Oregon State with Terry too.
You got to get electric power to your house.
Yeah.
Turn on TV once in a while.
The raging. Now talk about accents. This is the accent bowl. The Louisiana Raging Cajuns against the Marshall Thundering Herd of West Virginia. West Virginia meets the Cajuns, Tom. Put someone down from New York in the middle of that. They won't understand a word that's going on.
Well, who understands people from New York?
Exactly. I tell you what, when I went to England, the hardest thing in England, because all the like restaurant workers or service workers were from out of town or out of country, so they were trying to learn English, the Queen's English. I'm speaking Southern English. We had no idea what we were saying to each other. None.
Actually, British English is more similar to Southern.
You're 100% right. It is. And these guys...
It's like listening here, listening to Utah,
they didn't
then
get
listening to me.
They didn't get it at all.
Terry, you don't speak English. You speak Lincolnton.
Zach, you got West Virginia or Louisiana from this one?
Louisiana.
It's Marshall, West Virginia, not West
Surprised
Virginia.
the line's
Marshall.
only 4, but...
Thundering Herd, Terry, or Raging Cajuns?
Louisiana.
Louisiana.
Where's it at? New Orleans? Ooh, Louisiana. Well, they don't have no fans, though. Did y'all see that game? It was half full.
They don't
Terrible.
have no fans.
Louisiana. All right, let's see what else is this week before we move on to the NFL.
You got Fridays. That's it.
Oh, I clicked on the wrong. This one. Saturday. Nothing else during the week this
No,
week?
it's Friday. Oh, those games are done.
Yeah, those are. Yeah, I was looking. I was trying to.
You're right.
See if there's anything else this week before. So that's all you got. All right, JP, let's take a quick break. When we come back, we'll do NFL Pick'em and talk about where our teams are, Panthers and more. Zach, your quarterback's lost 11 straight games for your franchise. We won't mention that. We'll be back in a minute. KDC Broadcast.
Here's some good news. It's 2 for 1. Two good companies have now become one great company. Hopper Heating and Air in Shelby and Shelby Heating and Air have combined their businesses to become Shelby Heating and Air. David Hopper invites you to call on them for all of your heating and air conditioning needs with name brands like Carrier and Goodman, plus complete service and repair. Shelby Heating and Air and Hopper Heating and Air. Now one. Give them a call at 704-487-7877 today. May joy and peace be yours this happy season of Christmas. This Christmas wish from everyone at Duffy Clinic of Chiropractic in Cherryville. We wish you the most wonderful and joyful Christmas season. Best wishes for joy and love for you and your family. Merry Christmas to all from everyone at Duffy Clinic of Chiropractic, 1412 East Church Street in Cherryville. For your appointment, call 704-435-4536. It's Christmas time at Victoria Cole Gifts and Collectibles in downtown Cherryville. Come see the beautifully decorated store full of great Christmas gift ideas for everyone on your Christmas shopping list. There are many one-of-a-kind items, beautiful clothing and jewelry, with free gift wrapping too. Make it a magical Christmas with a visit to Victoria Cole Gifts and Collectibles, 112 East Main Street in downtown Cherryville. Like them on Facebook too.
KT Towing and Recovery in Cherryville sends you best wishes for a very Merry Christmas. They send this message to express their sincere gratitude to you and your family. May you get to spend the most beautiful time of the year with the ones you love. Merry Christmas to everyone from Kirk Thornburg and KT Towing and Recovery, 3321 Tryon Courthouse Road in Cherryville, phone 704-435-8874. May the warmth and love of the Christmas season fill your hearts and home. Best wishes for a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year from everyone at Eric Johnson's Auto Sales in Cherryville. Celebrate the tradition of friendship, the beauty of the season, and the opportunity of the new year. Merry Christmas from everyone at Eric Johnson Auto Sales, 3629 Tryon Courthouse Road in Cherryville. Online at ericjohnsonautosales.com.
There couldn't be a warmer thought than this to come your way to wish you an especially bright and happy Christmas day. Merry Christmas from everyone at McNeely Oil Company, 608 East 1st Street in Cherryville. We wish you all things good and beautiful will fill your Christmas day, bringing you special joy this Christmas season. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everyone from McNeely Oil Company, 608 East 1st Street in Cherryville.
All right. Are we back, Mason?
We are back.
Kevin in the gang.
Kevin in the gang is back. All right, let's pick some NFL games. Talk NFL. Patriots and Colts today. This is maybe a playoff matchup. Round 1, possibly. Round 2 if Patriots don't get a bye, or if Patriots do get a bye. At Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, Colts favored by 2.5. Zach, who you got?
I'm redeeming myself this week on picks. I'm going with the Patriots.
I'm next, Patriots.
Patriots got to lose sometime. Colts, Vegas knows something. It's weird that the Colts are favored.
Tom, Colts have been my nemesis. I feel like I miss them every week, no matter what I do. But
they're hard to pick. They're at home. It's tough to go there.
Belichick owns the Colts.
He
Go
does.
Patriots.
He run 3 times and won. Passed.
They ran the ball 3 times.
I meant passed. I'm sorry.
Or passed the ball and won the ball.
Yeah, so I'm
in the
not
NFL.
picking against it.
Tom, you lost.
Defense.
You don't know that.
Yeah, you did, Tom.
You don't know that, Terry. You don't know that.
I'll send you a text.
Vegas knows, Terry. Vegas knows more than Lincolnton.
You lost, Tom.
Well, that's an easy game on the top of the docket right there.
Zach, how many points did the Panthers win by Sunday in Buffalo? Hey.
How many did they win by? Minus 14.
$9. $9 is all it costs to see the Panthers.
I'm going to say the Bills win and cover.
Bills haven't been playing as well, though. They came back against the Bucks.
Go ahead and take the Panthers.
No, Bills. I'm just saying it might be closer than you think.
Not really. Bills.
It is December.
Regardless of Josh Allen plays or not, Panthers are still winning.
P.J. Walker and Cam Newton in Buffalo in December against a decent Bills team who badly needs a win. The Bills favored by 12, better win by 20 against this team. I got Bills. Zach, are they firing Rule after this? Or here's my
can't fire him yet.
I don't think didn't they give him a 7-year
deal?
deal?
You can't fire him yet. That's why I was saying.
No, I've always said you got to give him 3 to 5
You can't
years.
fire him yet.
It's unfair to him one that. 2, he didn't draft McCaffrey, did he?
No.
So he came in with a $16 million injury-prone running back. He didn't. Did they cut Cam before he got there?
No, he cut him last.
He cut him in the offseason.
But he cut him to get Bridgewater.
Did he play for Rule the first year? So he played for Rule.
Yes.
Okay. So he cut Cam. So he's bad enough to cut him, but then they brought him back.
And he's as bad as he was when they cut him.
After seeing what on tape.
Yeah.
Money.
There you go.
Money.
And then now, Terry, Sam Darnold practiced this week. He's back.
I don't
start
him.
him.
I don't start
week?
him. I start PJ Walker. I give PJ his chance.
I think PJ's deserve the opportunity.
Yep.
I do too.
I agree.
He did not play good coming in after Cam last week, but let him start the game.
What is Sam's
Sam
contract?
I don't know what his contract is, but
he's
he comes
3 year.
From the Jets.
He's a
My
3 year.
Lord. They couldn't win, and he comes to Carolina, and they can't win neither.
He's 3 year contract, but they say the NFL contracts are really 1 year. If you're
oh Lord, what a dumb length that was.
4 year.
Signed a 4-year contract, including $20 million with the Jets.
It's 3 for Carolina. It's 3.
Sports Track. That's what I'm looking for. I finally found the link I was looking for. But anyway, Zach. Honestly, if I'm a new coach, Terry, do you not want to be able to get rid of all the big contracts you can? Like you got McCaffrey, like Tom and we were talking about in the break. He's the one selling jerseys and he's the one getting all the balls, and he's the star. But I don't know. Like if I come in, I don't want tied to anything that was before me, because that guy got fired because of those players, right?
Do you start over though? I mean, do you have to go back and look for another quarterback?
Yeah, you should have drafted
you start doing what Cleveland did.
One in the last 2 years.
You start doing what Cleveland's done.
At some point, you got to get that right, though. But I agree with you that you got to get it right. When
they have a good defense, in my opinion. Even statistically, they got a good defense.
So he's still on the. He's basically signed through next year, $18 million next year. You can't, if you cut him, you got to cut all $18 million. There's no free space from it. So he's only 25 years old, and you got 1 year, $18 million with him. So you could cut him, I guess, but there's that. All right, Cardinals at Lions. Zach, Across the board. How about this?
yes,
Y'all,
yeah.
everybody
Yeah.
Cardinals? Anybody picking Lions on this one?
No.
All right. We'll do it. We'll do that one.
This should be. No, that's the Dolphins.
This is a nomination for the game in hell. We'll see how it goes. Jets at Dolphins. Dolphins favored by 9.5. Tommy, what you got on this one?
Dolphins playing better. Dolphins. Defense is playing well down there.
Terry Reinhardt.
Dolphins.
Zach.
Dolphins.
Give me Miami. I don't trust the
Dolphins
Jets.
might play.
I don't trust the Jets to do anything. Cowboys in New York favored by 10.5. Jerry Jones said your quarterback wasn't playing well, Tom. Terry.
That's right. He had a 9.9% rating. And Washington fans, I hope y'all listening. The worst of his career, and he still beat y'all. The worst. He had lost the 7 previous worst that he ever had. But you know what? He beat that football team. He beat y'all.
So who
9.9.
So who wins this week?
Dallas.
Zach.
Dallas.
Dallas.
Giants been playing better. Cowboys win. Titans at Steelers. Steelers fighting for their lives. Titans 9-4. Don't have Derrick Henry anymore. There's a chance both these teams could be on the outside looking in come playoff time if the Titans can't round up some more wins. They're close. They might be in enough with 9. Steelers got to win. Tommy, does the Steel Curtain win today and keep going for Big Ben?
Tennessee, please end Pittsburgh season. Tennessee.
Steelers.
They do play well at home. Of course, they tied the Lions at home, but Roethlisberger didn't play.
I'm going with the Titans.
Steelers at home. Steelers at home.
Be tough. It'll be tough to go in their place and beat them.
Yeah, they're favored by 1.
The one
at home.
Remember, the Detroit Lions play at 4:00 in hell every week. So the 1:00 game this week in hell is the Houston Texans at Tom's second favorite NFL team, the Jacksonville Jaguars. After losing.
Actually, incorrect.
After Urban Meyer was fired at midnight by Shad Khan.
What is wrong with Urban Meyer? Gosh,
2-11 versus 2-11.
My kicker. Good
I mean, that's
job.
just
First of all,
stupid. I just
the only thing that Meyer did to get fired, in my opinion, was draft Trevor Lawrence and go 2-11.
Well, when you don't, I knew it was over when he didn't go back on the plane after the Cincinnati game. I was like, it's over. It's done.
I forgot about
I've never
that
seen a pro coach do that. I've never seen a pro coach
Nick
do
Saban did. He flew straight to wherever LSU is. So did not him. Who's the dude that left Atlanta?
The Louisville court. Was it the Louisville guy?
Petrino.
He got out of there quick too, didn't he? Tom, who you got? Texans or Jaguars?
I think the Jaguars will rally around.
I do too.
They're going to win this game.
The number 1 pick in the draft has 2,700 yards and 9 touchdowns.
He doesn't have a whole lot to work with.
Texans win.
Mac
I'm going with Jaguars.
Now would you redraft Mac Jones number 1, Tom?
No. I think if
You still taking Lawrence number 1?
okay, you going to tell me if Lawrence was in New England, he wouldn't be doing as well as Mac
probably
Jones?
2-11 in New England,
No.
right?
No. Best thing that happened to Mac Jones is he fell to the Patriots,
You're right.
and he's working with Josh McDaniels.
You're exactly
I
right.
mean, it's
and with a
just-
good defense.
With a good defense, and going to show you even though he cheats, so I don't like him, but he does know, he knows the way to win.
Terry,
Took
who
him
you-
1 year.
Terry,
I took Texans.
Zach.
Jaguars.
I'm going Jaguars in this one without Meyer, and they rally. Would the Jets pick Mac Jones over Zach Wilson? How high up would you pick Mac Jones? Falcons took Pitts, Bengals took Chase, Dolphins went Waddle.
See, but if you switch
Lions
it,
went Sewell.
if you switch
Lions?
if you switch it, it might be we're talking about Zach Wilson for Rookie of the Year. I mean, it's who you're around, not just your talent, but who you're
Trey
around.
Lance
Somebody
went-
show you the right way, how to study this game,
Lance
how to play
went
this
3,
game.
Fields went 11. So was that 4 quarterbacks picked before Jones at 15?
Could you imagine had the Bengals not got
Joe Burrow,
and he went to the Patriots?
Oh God!
Could you imagine that? As good as he is, there
he can throw it in a hat.
Mac Jones fit right into Belichick's era because Tom Brady is a pocket quarterback. Mac Jones is a pocket quarterback.
That's what he likes.
All right. So Bengals and Broncos this week.
Another
Both
good
teams
game.
7-6. Denver at home, favored by 3. Zach.
Bengals let me down last week, but I'm going to go with them again this week. I don't like them not being at home, though.
Tommy?
The Bengals look like a first place and last place team within the same quarter.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going Bengals. They've got to win this. They're in the tougher division. They've got to get this win.
Terry?
Denver.
Broncos for me, too. I'll finish
I
it
don't
off.
know. Now that I say that, I'm thinking maybe it's not. Man,
Well,
that's
you can't
that's,
change
that's
now.
No,
Too late.
but I'm saying, is the North or the West the toughest? I mean, because the Broncos have come on. I mean, that's. I think
Chiefs
that's.
are
Yeah, and
back
now
where
that I
they
say
should
that,
have
it
been.
makes me think it's like maybe it's not. Both those are.
The
good
West
divisions.
has 3 more wins than the North.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's a tough division because you got the Chargers, the Chiefs, the Broncos, and the Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
That might be the
Chargers
toughest
is a
division.
good football team.
They got the most wins in the NFL, that division. I went Broncos too on that. I'm not picking. I thought you saying that you felt weird saying that you're picking the Cincinnati Bengals.
No, I felt weird
at
that
Mile
saying,
High Stadium.
saying that. I was like, maybe the, yeah, maybe the West is the tougher. I don't know. It's going to be a good game, but it depends on which Bengals team shows up. Jamar Chase and Higgins and that receiving core is pretty impressive.
Speaking of who shows up at 4 o'clock tomorrow in Santa Clara, the 49ers will be hosting the Falcons. Zach.
I'm going with 49ers.
49ers.
Almost watched San Francisco blow one last week that they had wrapped up.
Don't pick Atlanta, Terry. Don't be an idiot. Don't be an idiot.
I never said I was going to pick
Go ahead, be an
them,
idiot.
Tom.
Go
I'm
ahead,
just
be an
sitting
idiot. Be an idiot. Go
here.
ahead, pick
I am going to take the 49ers.
49ers win. Falcons ain't no way on this earth they're winning this game on the road, cross country. No win by 12. Packers at Ravens. Should be a good game.
Is Jackson going to play? Do we know?
He said it's game time now.
Packers
There you
favored by
go.
6.5 right now.
At Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Because of the Jackson situation. But I tell you what, running quarterbacks, man, week to week with them, you never know.
If you're going to do it, I would draft.
I don't think he plays.
I would have 3 guys and pay them all $5 to $7 million a year and just rotate them.
Yeah, the guy, the
Run 'em
backup
out.
for the Ravens is very similar.
Is it RG3?
No,
No,
he's
it's
in the
not.
broadcast booth, man.
Is he? Okay.
Yeah, bro, he's in the broadcast booth.
Who you got?
I got the Packers.
I got Green Bay.
I've also got Green Bay. I don't think Jackson plays.
I'll pick Packers. 50-50 Jackson plays and 50-50.
It says on here just now. It says he has
I don't care whether he plays or not. Green Bay will beat him.
I was kind of leaning that way too.
They're playing well.
Saints at Buccaneers. Bucks favored by 11.5. Zachary.
Bucks.
Yep, Tampa Bay.
Tommy, you going with the Aints?
I'm going upset here. I'm going New Orleans.
There's a loss.
Upset alert, Terry.
They beat them
Upset alert.
first game of the year.
Yeah,
I don't
But
try-
different
I don't-
team. Different team.
This is replay.
Tom, I don't do this much. That's a bad pick. They don't lose at home. Bucks don't lose at home. And in fact, Andre told me to tell you the Bucks don't lose at home. What was because one of you picked them last week?
I picked
he said,
Buffalo.
Tell Zach
And
the Bucks don't lose at home.
Very
Those
close
his
to
words.
getting that one snuck out, but
I got to go out on a limb pick.
There you go.
Yeah, you're on a limb. Vikings at Bears. 6 and 7 at 4 and 9. Minnesota favored by 6 in Chicago. Outside, 35 degrees. Monday night, 8:15. Terry Reinhardt. I'll let you go first.
That's ugly.
So Minnesota can get beat by the Lions and come back and thump the Pittsburgh Steelers and then almost give the game away.
Washington
I'm
lost to
taking
the
the
7
Bears.
seed and still are the 7 seed.
Fields played a lot better
6
last
and
year.
7.
Yeah.
Who you going, Terry?
I'm going with the Bears. They're playing outside. Vikings used to playing inside.
Zach.
I'm going with the Bears. Also, the Bears played decent, and then you don't know which Minnesota team you're going to get.
I'm going
each week.
Vikings all the way. The horn will blow in Chicago.
I think the Vikings will. They're in it. They got to have it. The Bears don't.
Okay.
They're not going to fight for that.
There's
Coach
another
Nagy's
loss.
out. Yeah.
The Raiders in Cleveland, 5 o'clock on Monday night.
Mayfield's out, right?
NFL Network.
And Case Keenum. And Jadeveon
Keenum's
Clowney
out too.
And Troy
So who's
Hill.
playing quarterback?
Nick Mullins.
Who he played basketball for the Bobcats like 10 years ago, didn't he? Byron Mullins.
This is the only time. Like I'm hope I'm wrong, but I gotta say Las Vegas is going to win that game. Cleveland's got too many players out. There's no way they're going to win that game with Nick Mullins.
Terry, go ahead.
I took the Raiders.
Zachary.
We still got Chubb taking the Browns at home.
Dude,
They need it.
Tom, I feel you. I don't think no way they can.
They have 20.
Yeah.
JP, answer that.
Players. It is.
Put 'em on hold.
How did they not? Were they not canceling games at all this year like that?
No. So
that
they
was the
could.
deal. That was the deal,
Yep,
wasn't it?
So they could.
Well, the problem with this new
They
variant,
tried to move them.
And I know everybody has their Facebook license in science, but they're saying it's infecting people that are vaccinated. They're not getting bad sick, but they're testing positive and they're spreading it. So if you got a guy who's positive, the rules are rules. But I mean, this and the sad thing is they got to have this game, and this game's going to ruin Cleveland's chances of getting the playoffs.
That's why I'm picking them. They got to have it. I think they can
Who
pull
you
it out.
taking, Tom?
Speed Chubb.
I took the Raiders.
I got the Raiders, Terry. Put me down for the Raiders.
I did not take the Browns.
If the Patriots can throw the ball 3 times, I would take the same game plan.
Who'd they beat? Running at 3, throwing it 3
I
times.
have to look that up.
Zach.
It's like 3 games ago.
3 of their offensive linemen are out.
And both quarterbacks. If they had Keenum, they win, I think. But they don't. I'm not picking a third-string quarterback. I love Nick Chubb. Not that much.
But when you know Nick Chubb's getting the ball,
every play. They better run the South.
Why don't they just?
And Kareem Hunt's out.
I was gonna say, do they have Hunt? Put Hunt in the Wildcat and put Chubb beside of him.
Now, that would almost be better than anything they could do. Probably is just run the Wildcat with Hunt and Chubb.
That would be awesome.
And Ronnie
Defend
Harrison,
that.
Ronnie Harrison starting safety out. Grant Delpit backup safety out.
Exactly, run it every play.
Newsom's out. I mean, it's just, dude.
Terry, I made a point one time. Sometimes it's better to take 3 knees and punt than it is to run a play.
Yeah.
All right.
Seahawks in L.A. Rams. We got to get through this, and we got to finish something up.
Rams.
Russell, it comes to an end here, Bubba. Thought you had a chance. You do have a chance. They're 1 game out of a playoff spot still, y'all.
Okay, go ahead and take them.
5-8. 1 game out of a playoff spot. I'm going to take the Rams. Washington and Philly, both 6-7. They're fine. They're tied for a playoff spot, folks. People don't believe me. 6-7. Look at this junk in the NFC, Terry. What are y'all doing over here?
Eagles.
7, 8, 9, 10, and 11 are all 6-7 tied for the last playoff spot. The Panthers and the Seahawks are 1 game out at 5-8. Zach, you have no quarterback, no running back, and you're 1 game out of a playoff spot.
So
I'm taking Eagles.
Yeah.
Zach, who you got?
Taking Eagles.
Tom. I looked right
Who's home?
I looked right at Tom and said,
Who's
Zach.
home?
Eagles.
Give me Philly at home.
That's why I took Eagles.
You know, Philly should win. Is Heineke playing or is he out?
No, he's playing.
I thought. Oh, whoa, no. Question is Minshew still at the helm? I love me. I think Gardner Minshew, if he plays the rest of the season, he leads them to the
Panthers
playoffs.
are trying to
They
pick him up.
said Hurts is coming back. We'll go Eagles at home. Let's go Eagles at home, Terry. All right, phone call. Coach Pruitt on the phone wanted to talk about a couple quick things today. Let's see if JP may have hit right buttons here. We'll put JP on. We got our intern today. Hey, Coach, how's it going?
It's going good, guys. How are y'all doing?
Good. It's Christmas week, so we're all poor is how we are.
Yeah, got a little Christmas shopping still to do, I hate to say.
Well, what's up,
Coach? No, I just want to give you a call, of course, with Shelby doing as well as they did. Congratulations to Coach Will Banks and his team on the state championship. Our all-conference gets pushed back until the last team's out. So I want to mention our all-conference players, and I can mention our players of the year if y'all didn't do that today in our conference. And then, of course, today is the Queen City Bowl, which is a game for seniors and quite a few representatives from Gaston and Cleveland County I thought I'd represent and talk about a few of them as well. So starting with all-conference, our 4 all-conference players were Cooper Sloan, Caden Beaver, Landon Hahn, and Jack Dellinger. And then our players of the year in our conference was Hill at East Gaston on the offensive side, Hamrick from Shelby on the defensive side. Coach Wilbanks was the coach of the year, and then I think it's Berkowitz. I believe that's the kicker at Shelby.
Yes,
he was our specialist of the year. So congratulations to all those players. And today, a couple years ago, I think they started this program, and me and Landry actually went over to practice Thursday night to see Caden snap. Caden Beaver's long snapping for the West, and really, it's I think schools from the east side of Charlotte. I think there's some kids from Cabarrus County as well. I don't know. I think there's maybe a few from Union County, but mainly Mecklenburg County schools, and then they draw from some Gaston and Cleveland County. So from Forest View, I think they got a couple kids, Cambry Reed and Jacob Neely. I hope I don't mess up anybody's name doing this today. A couple kids from Crest, Nick Beeson and Tariq Watkins. And then I think the rest of the kids are all individuals off of each team. Justin Hill from East Gaston, Nathan Hopper from Shelby, Trey Nicholson from Mountain Island, Azari Brown from Burns, Jonathan Daracourt from Ashbrook, Trent Dockery from Highland Tech, Kel Smith from Kings Mountain, Tyson Riley from South Point, Arius Nash from Stuart Kramer, and Brian Coley from North Gaston. I don't think I missed anybody, so it was really neat to get to see those kids out there working together a little bit. Some of them have been competing against each other all year, and they'll play today at Olympic High School at 12 o'clock, which Olympic's right off of 485 at Arrowwood Road. It's really easy to get to, so looking forward to getting down there. Hopefully the raindrops will stay away and get us a good window to get the game in.
All right, Coach. Well, we're obviously pressed against time, and any other announcements or anything else you got going on here?
Of course, basketball and wrestling. Last night we had 4 wrestling teams here. Every one of them was ranked in the state. Cherville, I think, is ranked 6th in 1A. Avery County was ranked number 1 in 1A, and then I don't know the rankings for Lincolnton and Bunker Hill, but both of them are ranked in 2A. So we had a really good quad here last night. Me and Landry and a friend went up to App State and watched Carolina wrestle. Carolina's got an All-American, well, a national champion, actually, and App State had an All-American. They didn't wrestle each other, but it was a great match. Carolina won 17-15. And, of course, basketball hosted Shelby last night, first conference game, and Shelby come out on top. But we return, I think, basketball, Coach Harrell mentioned to me, I think we play Burns at home on Tuesday night. So hopefully everybody come out to Nixon Gym and see the Ironman wrestle on Tuesday here at Cherville, and then also basketball at home at Cherville. So it's a busy time of year for everybody.
All right, Coach. Thanks for keeping us updated and letting us know. And go Mountaineers today.
Appreciate it. Enjoy watching our guys compete on the mat and on the gym floor. And yes, the Mountaineers do play here in a little bit, 11 o'clock game. So good luck to them as they play Western Kentucky. Y'all guys have a great week.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks,
Merry
Coach.
Christmas. Merry Christmas to
Take care, man.
to you and your
All right,
family.
Merry Christmas. Thank you. Bye bye.
All right, final dumb stats of the week. Both Kirk Cousins and Ben Roethlisberger have thrown a touchdown pass in 26 consecutive games, the longest active streak in the NFL. Would any of y'all had money on that? No.
I would not.
Bo Nix went undefeated against Nick Saban during his time at Auburn. 2019, he won. 2020, Saban was out with COVID, and this year Nix was out with an injury. So Bo Nix goes undefeated against Nick Saban. Most receptions, Terry, by a Cowboys player in his first 2 NFL seasons. I've got 4.
4.
I got 4. I've got as far as the list goes. Can you name any of the top 4 most receptions by Cowboys players in their first 2 NFL seasons? CeeDee Lamb is number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Who's number 2, 3, and 4? I'll give you a guess, and
Lord.
Tom a guess. One each. Most receptions by a player. I didn't say positions. Players.
Michael Irvin.
No, he is not top 4.
Most receptions by a player for the Cowboys.
Y'all two should be able to get I think y'all two could get
All time.
2 of the 3. Yeah, all time. Who's got the most catches for him?
Jay Novacek.
No, wrong tight end there, Chief.
Of
Oh,
all
wide
time.
receiver?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Tony
It's only
Dorsett.
wide receiver.
No.
It's only
no,
wide receiver.
It's any players. Most
Any
receptions by a Cowboys player in his first 2 NFL seasons. Jason Witten's 3rd. That's when I thought that would be the easiest one for anyone to get. Terry Bullet Bob Hayes is 4th.
Oh.
And number 2, my favorite Cowboy of all time, is the number 2 most receptions by player. Terry, who is it? Most player.
Go ahead and tell us.
Herschel Walker, the GOAT. There's your Cowboys. Matthew Stafford is 0-17 against teams that are above 500.
Wow.
Sorry. I said that wrong. Teams that were 5 games over 500.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
He is 0-9.
It's not quite as bad.
That's career.
That was bad.
That's career. 0-17 against teams that are 5 games over 500. 0-9 against teams that had 10 wins. He's 10-70 total against teams with a winning record. There's your winning record.
He just now got to a team.
That is a great point, Terry. You can allow that. No player in NBA history has averaged 25, 13, and 6. 25, 13, 6, right? Jokic is averaging 27, 14, and 7. So when you think about who's the best player in the NBA, don't forget last year's most valuable player. One or two other final stats of the day. Terry, this one's for you. Tommy, this might be one for you too. I think you might have mentioned him before. But a lot of old race car fans love this man right here. Jimmy Spencer, in 2001, tested IndyCar for Chip Ganassi because Ganassi bet him $500 he couldn't fit his fat butt in the car.
Good.
Spencer got in the car, took 5 laps, and $500 off Mr. Ganassi. There's our stats of the week. JP, play us away there, sir. We'll see you guys next 2 weeks, which will be New Year's morning.
Last show of 2025.
This is last show of 2025. Merry Christmas to everybody. Merry Christmas, Tom, Terry
Merry
and his
Christmas.
family,
Merry
Zach
Christmas.
and his family. Everybody have a good day at church tomorrow and this week. Send out the presents, send out everything. Santa's coming. Kick the elves out of the house. I'm tired of them jokers. They cause too much trouble. We'll be back next week, or 2 weeks, KDCBroadcasting.com.
The incredible man, I only do things incredible can, 'cause I am.
Here's some good news. It's 2 for 1. 2 good companies have now become one great company. Hopper Heating and Air in Shelby and Shelby Heating and Air have combined their businesses to become Shelby Heating and Air. David Hopper invites you to call on them for all of your heating and air conditioning service and repair. Shelby Heating and Air and Hopper Heating and Air. Now one. Give them a call at 704-487-7877 today. Not one, but 2 big truckloads of scratch and dented appliances have arrived at Hendrick Appliance and Mattress Center in Shelby. These trucks are loaded wall to wall. One truck loaded down with nothing but refrigerators, while the other truck has washers, dryers, ranges, dishwashers, and more, all at scratch and dent pricing. Hurry in now for the best selection at Hendrick Appliance and Mattress Center, 1241 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby, on the right going down, on the left coming up. What's better than Christmas lights and Santa Claus? How about Christmas lights, Santa Claus, and dinosaurs? You get all 3 every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday through the month of December at the Cleveland County Fairgrounds. Drive through and hunt the dinosaurs with your own Nerf blaster or get one at the gate. You can hunt by day or night. The event will be open from 3 p.m. until 10 p.m. every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday through December. Cost is $30 a carload at the gate, or buy tickets online for $20 a carload. Online at EdsDinosaurSLive.com. Christmas lights, Santa Claus, and dinosaurs. All this weekend at the Cleveland County Fairgrounds.
May your holidays be filled with sparkles and lights. This Christmas wish from everyone at Eric's Paint and Body Shop in Bessemer City. May you and your family enjoy the warmth this season has to offer. Have a wonderful holiday and a new year filled with love. Merry Christmas with love from our house to yours. From everyone at Eric's Paint and Body Shop, 1001 Dallas Gastonia Highway in Bessemer City.
Christmas was once described as a stocking stuffed with goodness. The spirit of Christmas fulfills the greatest hunger of mankind. Merry Christmas to you and your family from everyone at Fins and Critters in Shelby. The excellence of the gift lies in its appropriateness rather than its value. We hope you have the real spirit of Christmas. This wish from everyone at Fins and Critters, 1008 Gant Street in Shelby. Like them on Facebook too.
Michael and Rachel Christian, guitar and bass instructors for Rocky Mountain Music Company, takes his time to wish you and your family a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We thank you for your patronage this past year, and we're looking forward to serving you in 2022. We bring you the gift of love, the gift of peace, the gift of happiness. May all these be yours this Christmas and throughout the new year. May the holiday season fill your home